Did Halls forget to finish up his backstory?
The backstory was finished. It just doesn't need to be discussed.
Him trying to
Don't
dodge.
get out of this that easily.
Yes,
Did
I
you
do.
forget to detail it further, Halls?
No, it's been. I literally finished it.
Now listen,
Okay.
Scanlos.
Scanlos. Scanlos.
That
Scanlos.
Every time I say your name, I want to say Scanlon instead.
Nah, I'm not as good as Scanlan. I'm a scam.
He's a scam. That's why his name is Scamos. Like scam. All right. Yeah, you guys were in the middle of a discussion about certain levels of powers of chaos and how one of the party members actually talked to literally
party
chaos.
members.
Yes.
A party to the power of chaos.
Yes, Star. We were talking about Gazix.
And then
I
we
do
also
believe we finished that part of the discussion.
we
had
talked
not
about
finished.
that.
No, we had finished the entirety of the discussion, and now it is time for you all to continue your lives.
You know,
Well, the
that's
next
kinda
step in my
weird.
life is finding out more about you.
No, I think the next step in our
You-
life is finding more out about Minnie.
We
I do
we know
believe I
everything.
know all I want to know about that dwarf.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I remember after
Do,
the.
do we want to
bad
get
choice of
Darius
character.
involved in this?
No, we don't. Darius is not. No, Darius is not welcome here.
By the way, Darius.
No, I've locked the door. Darius is not allowed in.
What is Darius doing during this conversation? By the way,
Eating
that's what
himself
we're
to
gonna
his
pick up.
death.
We're
Okay,
going
do
to
I
pick
know?
up.
Do I know Darius knows?
Everybody knows. The Pope outed me.
Yeah, Darius was there. Never mind.
Yeah,
And
Darius
Darius
knows.
knew before that.
Yeah.
Well,
when-
I know that he knows. I just didn't know if I knew he knows.
Yeah, because I
you
was out
do.
in front of the Pope.
So,
The Pope
bitch.
outed him in front of everyone.
Yep.
basically. So, what is Darius doing on the ship right now? These guys are having a conversation. You don't know who the rest of your party are, except Rear, who you see in the engineering room, probably.
I do believe our local god would like someone to get involved.
Possibly.
Okay.
I just want to throw monkey wrenches into this to make it more fun for everyone.
Fun? I wouldn't call this fun. I call this
Well,
cancer.
Darius wouldn't be thinking that there's anything particularly wrong or anything weird going on, so he's probably just, if he's not just wandering around the ship, he's probably just chilling in his room, or he's getting like, a drink or something.
Cleaning his weapon,
That as well.
quote unquote.
Yes.
Not
you're
that
not a-
version, asshole!
So you're
If
not
I was not playing a
sleeper,
Crusader,
okay.
yes.
You're not asleep or anything, are you?
No.
Okay, so
Well, I was like, I need you to roll me a will save.
yeah.
Yeah, you fucking
Yeah.
bastard.
Ah. Anyway, I guess
dream evil.
anyway, I think we'll pick up with the conversation. I believe you guys were in the room still.
No conversation taking place. Thank you very much.
Yes, there was,
Fuck off and
Hallworth.
die.
Yes, there was.
There was no conversation at all.
There was. I remember this.
Yeah, it was over. We had finished it.
Both were still here. And let me introduce you to a phrase those cultists tend to use: quid pro quo.
I made you talk. I outed you about your past in front of Gaz. So you're gonna throw me under the bus, really?
What is a bus?
The big cart. It's drawn by a bunch of horses.
Smack him?
You mean a wagon?
Oh my god! Just shut the fuck up and get
Go. Okay, let's go.
cancer.
Let's start off with, why are you here?
I mean, mostly because Tazar's here, to be completely honest.
How do you?
Well, I
how do
don't
you know, sorry, how'd
believe
you guess
Tazar. I don't believe Tazar has ever been to that part of Ruskova. So, what brought you to this part of the world is what I'm getting at.
Just, I was traveling. Literally stumbled on him. Fuck. I don't even know how many years ago now. And we just kind of got along, for lack of a better description on what happened. Kind of traveled with the same caravan for a bit, and then, given the fact we were heading the same direction, we were traveling together for a while. The only reason we actually stopped traveling together was our camp was attacked by some raiders from one of the chaos cults out fucking, the roving bands, so to speak. And we got separated when we were trying to get away from the raiders. At that point, I searched for him for about a day, and, well, couldn't find him. Figured he was gone or dead or something, and kind of had to, get myself back to civilization so I wouldn't be killed out in the wilderness. Like I said, I was dumb luck that I stumbled onto him here in the bar, and it's the only reason I'm still with you guys right now, honestly, is because of him.
Let's see. Why were you traveling?
Because I'm a bard, and that's how I make money.
Well, usually the traveling of bards is a little bit closer than half a world away to where they come from.
While that's true, do you really think I can make any money back where most of us come from?
Frankly, I have no idea.
And the answer to that question is no. That, and, it gets boring seeing the same sites over and over and over again,
The world is a large place.
Pretty much. And I wanted to see parts of it.
And what have you actually? What have you done since then?
Like, since I started traveling?
Since you got separated?
More traveling around and making money. Like, that's basically it. I haven't done anything notable unless you count playing performances with this. I'm gonna hold the guitar out as notable, but I know your opinion on my music.
I have no issues with your music, merely how you present it.
I'm gonna give him this look of just like it's literally all one. That's the whole process.
Give him the look of fuck you.
No, he's getting the look of like you understand that like part of my performance with this like is the music is the actual performance with it and how it is presented, right? It's intentionally like meant to be that way.
Well, I apologize for touching on your performance issues, but surely you've not done just.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do as a bard? Wasn't really trying to get caught up into anything. I was just trying to travel and perform and see the world.
Then how did you get wrapped up in this traveler business? You just take his name a little too literally.
I was in a pretty bad spot, and when I called out for help, he was the one that answered. Needless to say, my beliefs in that regard fall pretty similar to yours now.
I don't quite see how the beliefs overlap.
Well, you believe in yours because it's been there, for lack of a better term, is why you're here right now, correct?
That's what you.
Yeah. That's why I believe mine.
Out of character. I thought you were talking like the beliefs, the belief systems, the tenets.
No, not the
Not why you
no,
believe.
not the tenets. The why. He's answering the why.
Okay.
He's answering the why. That's what I took your question as. What you were asking, why I believe what I believe. This is why.
Yeah. You actually answered the question I was asking, and I didn't realize you were. And what exactly made you so desperate that the only ones you could reach out to were the gods? That you did not even believe it?
Well, when people are chasing you down trying to kill you,
Get the feeling that does not happen only by happenstance.
well, when you are what I am and somebody accidentally finds out about that, not everyone is as calm as some of you guys are. Some people resort immediately to, oh god, stab it with a sword. And I like my body unstabbed.
I agreed with that, I guess.
Really, I thought you swung the other way, Cossack.
Scamos
Where's
is
that
gonna
laugh
look.
coming from?
Scamos is gonna straight up look at Gazek when that comment is made and just do a double eyebrow raise, like, oh.
Oh
He-
my!
Gazek doesn't even notice you. He's just like staring at Cam with like angry eyebrows.
No? Okay. I misinterpreted something.
I think your gaidar's malfunctioning.
I'm thinking it's right on target, to be honest.
Yeah,
Look up
probably.
a little.
I didn't hear you.
No, I'm telling Scamos to look up a little from Gazek. Not kidding.
My eyes are down here.
Alright, anyways.
So look, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
So, guys, in
And
Europe.
how exactly did they find out what you were if you wear this all the time?
Well,
And Cam just gestures the cloak.
well, I do take it off from time to time, you know. It's gotta be at least washed every so often.
I've seen you use prestidigitation before, haven't I?
Yeah, I think you have. So,
Do you not use the spell you have for that when you need to?
I mean, sometimes, but other times it's nice just to fucking get in a stream and at least take a bath. Why not wash your clothes when you're doing that?
Well, I suppose make do. It seems an awfully simple story. For how many years have you been around, I suppose would be the word.
I mean, does it like have to be complicated? Not everything is as crazy as I'm gonna kind of gesture to the whole ship.
I like how you just called everybody else crazy.
No, everything is not just as
Asshole.
crazy as this kind of stuff is. Don't put words in my mouth, you bitch. Yeah, some of us just have simpler lives than others.
Yeah, I'd
Life
agree.
is rarely simple.
What
Well,
does he say?
Well, Cam, I would say that some people still have pretty simple lives out of what's happened recently. I will say my life has been quite boring until I've joined you guys. And I'm still debating whether I should have joined you or not. Because, but
Yep.
at the same time, this stuff is different and fun. But at the same time, it's also very fucking scary. And
Yeah, I
I've
mean
heard
until
the world, or the fate of the world, going around a few times.
Like he was saying, until I linked with this group, I was literally,
Tazar out of nowhere,
fighting and
just like,
stealing for
"Woo,
every
Tazar out
scrap.
of nowhere!"
Tazar
You
just
just
appears.
How the fuck did you get in?
Did Tazar just like stealth his way into my fucking room?
Yes, he did.
Was he hiding?
That's
Were
what
you
I
hiding under
do.
his bed?
He's
No.
a rogue!
Please tell me he stepped out of the closet.
Yes, he did. He did step out of the closet. Tazar just stepped like,
Tazar, where are you coming out of the
That
closet?
actually makes a lot of sense.
Are you sure that you don't like him stabbed? Because I have lots of knives. I can accommodate.
Hey Tazar, just been
Yes?
hanging out in the closet again, huh? And I'm gonna press to dig a tiny little rainbow over his head.
I'm gonna tuck a dagger right past his head.
Hey big boy, if you want to play with daggers,
Oh,
Anyway,
boy.
like
of
I
it
was
was
saying,
putting his face in his
before
hands
I was so rudely interrupted.
as the
Before
man
I
who burst
linked
out of
up
the
with this
closet.
group. Are you done?
I mean, I've got more.
you're gonna keep.
You're just
going.
getting a death stare at the moment.
just,
There's
Just
this
getting
entire awkward silence. He's just staring at you.
He's like, you motherfucker.
How long have you even been hiding in there?
Years.
two so far.
How's that? Hello? Is there anybody in there?
Oh fuck! I have that voice thing, so I can't snap my fingers.
Yes, there's again. Are we going for 3? What?
All right. So, as I was saying, where I was interrupted again,
Ooh, piece of candy.
before I linked up with this group, I was literally having to steal to feed myself, and then basically overnight, I became the richest motherfucker I've ever known, and haven't had to steal anything since. So things have a tendency to go a little bit crazy around here, and I don't know why.
Shenanigans.
Pretty much, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're like Darius through the door, just shenanigans as he walks
Like he's been on the other side of the door just listening this entire time.
Shenanigans, and like everybody's at the door, like, what the fuck?
Oh,
How
happy
long-
day.
No, seriously, how long have you been there?
I heard a lot of talking coming from the room, so I decided to listen in.
Not nice to eavesdrop, Darius.
Wait, is there a crusader in the room now?
Yeah, he's at the door. He's talking through the door.
He's not, the door, like the door's locked. He's not actually able to open. Like he can break it down, but he's not gonna break it down.
Rude to listen in on people's conversations without being invited, Darius.
Well, it seems like you had another uninvited guest, so I decided to chime in my 2 bits as well.
Unlock the door, open the door, and basically go, Tazar, Darius, go.
I walk back into the closet, close the door.
You can't hide in the closet forever, Tazar.
I'm just
But
gonna
hold
step
on, is
into the room.
The
Tazar-
thing is if you open the door, he's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went invisible, you bastard.
No, he's not invisible. You can walk in there, swing your arms around. He's not. He's gone.
Dimension doored your ass out, and you.
Nope. Look up. There's an air vent.
Okay. Right. We're gonna.
Privacy
go ahead
is not a
and
thing with him on the
seal-
ship,
We're
is
gonna
it?
go ahead and seal that real fucking quick.
Air vents. Yep.
We're gonna seal that shit real fucking quick. Anyways, and I'm gonna come back out and look at Cam and go, do you have any more questions, or are you done? Considering we've been interrupted by several uninvited guests.
Oh, I thought it was a party.
Darius is still
I'm gonna
standing
shut
at
the door in Darius's face.
Slam. Ow! My face.
He's like,
Oh god.
Cam hasn't answered.
Darius has a flat nose now.
Cam's just got his face in his hands.
Damn. Do you want to continue this conversation, or can I have my room back?
You were the one who wanted me down here.
Alright, well, if you want to leave, you can.
You wanted some of that Dragon Boy.
Cam casts heat metal.
I didn't say that in character, asshole.
All right, guys. Are you guys
Yeah.
continuing the conversation or not?
It's up to Cam. I've asked him if he's done and he wants to leave. If he wants to leave, the door is open.
Anyway, if you two are going to continue the conversation, I'm going to head back to my room and
You
start
need to stay here for a minute, Gazix.
back.
Okay, you grab Kazak as he's trying to leave. You're like, nope.
I'm trying to get out.
Like
Are we
that.
flying yet, or are we still docked?
You guys are starting to push off now. They're starting to launch. So
What the hell was that noise?
what?
I was like, are you rubbing your legs together? What the
Yeah,
fuck
it
is
was
going
me. It was my knee. Sorry.
on? I was wondering what the fuck that was.
That was me. Go ahead. Yeah, we are casting.
How
You are
How long were you there, Darius?
He's gone.
Darius is gone.
He's like, oh, well, they won't be part of the conversation. So we just fuck it off.
Way to fucking light them both on fire.
Yep, I can agree to that one at times. If you want to track down Darius, and I'll turn fucking Tazar into a fly or something.
Wouldn't he be more
Wanna
annoying
go
as a
there.
fly, though?
We could swat him at least once. It would be satisfying.
Anyway,
That's how you play a killer character. Turn them
It
into a fly.
probably doesn't matter at this point, but I'd appreciate if you both kept what I have said to yourselves.
Game also not.
And will extend the same courtesy to you, though I
Appreciate
honestly
it.
little incriminating there.
Like I said, I'm not much of an interesting character.
Insight check.
you want to roll an inside check? Go for it. And deception check Allsworth.
Alright. Ooh, that's a natural one.
Oh!
Well, 12. I didn't think I was going to
That's
get anything for that, but I guess I will.
It's an
Pause.
11. Yeah.
I will let you. Tell him what you want him to know. I guess. Take the natural one to account.
You can tell it's a bunch of BS about the him not like I'm not an interesting character. I mean, just literally based on the way he dresses alone, he's at least literally existing to try and be somewhat interesting and catch people's attentions.
There's more to the story.
There's a little more to the story than that. Then I'm not that
so much
interesting of a
while your
character.
attention.
Then again, I do remember something the Pope said. About how you had a more direct interaction with the elemental forces.
He's gonna literally look at himself, look back up, and go, "My dad, fuck a succubus."
That is kind of what they do, but it was not what I was talking about.
That's
Kind of funny that I actually
Probably
called
as
you
well
out on that.
as-
I've been knowing who you are.
yeah, whatever, Gazix. Rub it in, why don't you?
Sorry, I had to find somewhere to fit that in.
Does Cam leave after that?
Cam's like got one hand on the door. Like he's The thought came to him as he was about to leave. And he's just waiting for you to continue answering.
I mean, I literally don't have much.
Doesn't say. I'm assuming you don't say anything then, Scamus.
I mean, like, I don't know what else he wants me to say. He's not asked anything, and I've given him my answer. My dad, to succubus. It's like the most direct interaction with all of this kind of crap you can get. I'm the literal product of you know,
It's the most direct
chaotic.
interactions
And
with
it's like,
your father's, not yours.
I mean, I'd say my birth is a pretty direct interaction. Direct interaction, willing or not. Not like I just poofed into existence somewhere.
I mean, some do. But he mentioned, as I recall, he mentioned something about. Oh, what was it?
What, the Pope?
He implied you had met someone.
Oh, what, the traveler?
I do not believe it was the traveler per se, but perhaps.
I mean, that's really all I can think of who I've met that would have a direct interaction in that regard.
So you did actually meet him, not just fall under his influence.
I mean, I said I called out for help. I got an answer.
Does not mean he arrived in person, necessarily.
True, but that's the most direct interaction I can think of.
Cam kind of just gestures to himself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unless you're telling me that you're a demon and that interacting with you is my most direct interaction past that.
Moreover, I was referring to actually going and meeting them in person.
I see.
Admittedly, not or through less than ideal means, but
But I think that was both of us in that regard.
one thing you never really discussed, I suppose, is how you know what you do about the powers of chaos.
Well, books and studies through one means that I've known it. I mean, I'm going to literally point to the books that I'm there. When you're someone like me, you tend to try and find out as much as you can prior to having someone else inform you at the end of the sword. I mean, you have to remember, I was, born the son of a demon. I'm going to get taught at least a couple of things before I'm able to go off on my own.
Well, yes, but among the books of man, there's very little information I've found.
I'm going to give him the look of, what did I literally just say? It's not necessarily only the books of man that I've had access to read. Remember, I had to grow up a little bit before I could leave.
And where was that then? In the Daemon realms, or in some hole in the ground on this plane, hiding from the world?
Hole in the ground, hiding way out in the middle of nowhere.
Seem awfully well informed in that case. For living under a rock in a literal sense.
I mean, just because I stayed on the plane doesn't mean that my mother did. I had a complicated upbringing, let's leave it at that. It's not something I particularly like discussing, and I think you can understand that.
Well, suppose I'll leave it at that then.
All right. Is that when you leave? Cam?
And my earlier statement still stands.
Which one? You've said a lot.
Rather that if you keep my story to yourself, I'll do the same for you two.
Like I said, I'm not going to be sharing any of your personal stuff. That's yours to share. I'm not the Pope. He seemed very, very bitter when he says, I'm not the Pope. Like, he's still incredibly upset that the Pope just kind of went, nah, you, and told the whole party what he was.
I think you'll find some of the less monkey races are a little bit more forgiving of certain things.
Wow.
Well, suppose take that into consideration for when this is all over.
I'm just gonna nod and then leave.
Okay. So it's now just Scamos and Gozika in the room.
Scramos visibly relaxes a little bit when Cam's gone, guys.
Okay.
He's gonna turn and look at you. You need to make sure to keep that mark covered at all times.
Yeah, okay.
I mean that. I don't think you understand just how dangerous things are going to get for you in short order if anybody sees that mark on you. Especially with the people we're around and dealing with on a regular basis. These are the kinds of people that, no matter what, they see that, and there's a pretty good chance they're going to chase you down with a sword. And that's if they don't just stab you the second they see it. So if you have some kind of way to disguise yourself or that mark or anything, you need to make sure you do that. I will try and see if I can find a way to help get rid of it. But
Yeah, that would help.
I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to pull that off. All right?
Okay.
And with that being said, a nod to him. And making sure to keep the orb and my books and stuff from the lovely little bag of holding that he let me use.
Mm-hmm.
I will usher him out and let him exit the room. Then once he's gone, I will shut the door, breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, and then I'm going to pull out the book about soul magic and start reading it.
Okay. You gave him back the orb, or you have the orb?
No, I kept the orb.
Okay. Okay. So, is there any other RP anybody else wants to do as we're departing?
Yeah, meanwhile, is trying to find Tazar.
Cam is trying to find Tazar.
Ooh, I can't believe I
Good
just
luck.
bullshitted my way through that situation. Hot damn!
By the way, Cam doesn't believe a fucking word.
I highly doubt he does, but he didn't press any further, and that's all that fucking matters for now.
So, do you look for Tazar?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Tazar, Cash? Tazar just hanging out in the vents on the ship? Is that what's happening?
That's his new home.
I live in the vents.
I am the vent.
I can imagine it now. Gauze will just like go to his room, he'll open up his closet to get something, and it just like seeks
Just a
Tazar's
Tazar.
head poking out the fence. Like, can you fuck off?
Can you not?
Okay.
If Cam can't find Tazar, he's gonna fumigate the vents.
you walk up on deck and you hear the strumming
Wow,
of a
way to
guitar.
give it away, Waller. You
I know.
fuck nerd.
Strumming of a guitar,
Jesus
but you
Christ,
don't...
man.
Hey man, relax, man. Dude, that's pretty. You hear strumming of a guitar, but you don't know where it's coming from. You let me finish. Fucking hell.
You still basically just give it away.
You want to roll
But I
perception
don't know
check.
where it's coming from.
You can hear it. It's somewhere above deck, but you don't specifically see him right away.
18, by the way.
Um,
Heard something about a perception
Cash,
check.
if you want to do anything, you can, sir.
Do a stealth check while strumming a guitar.
Yeah.
Do it.
I got a 19.
So, yeah, you look around, and you don't see him right away. You're like, huh, but you're still hearing it.
Can I tell where that's coming from?
Not right off the bat.
I
You wanna-
can tell a direction, though, can't I?
It's behind you somewhere.
How much ship is in that direction?
Um,
I'll just start walking in that way until I could have it narrow down to a relatively small area.
start walking, and then it sounds like it's bouncing off the ship a little bit.
That doesn't happen on deck.
Hmm.
Happens inside, but not on deck.
Mm-hmm. In Tazar, you do see Cam looking for. It looks like he's looking for somebody, and you're playing.
That's nice.
Hmm.
A dick.
A dick. You asked any of the crew
Where
if
the
they've seen
fuck are you,
Tazar.
Tazar? You're the only other person who plays here on this ship.
By the way, you do overhear that, Cash. Tazar
That
overhears
was
him saying-
announced.
Yeah.
You don't just overhear that. That was directed.
Directed.
Where the fuck are you, bitch?
Tazar doesn't answer. Playing doesn't waver.
If this is about the closet jokes, I'm sorry I hurt your precious feelings. Now get out here.
Sake.
Say anything else, Cam? Or do you just
Tazar. You still haven't answered my question.
I am going to. I'm gonna cast Dimension Door and appear right behind him.
just,
Does Dimension Door make a noise?
yes,
It does not say.
Well, it doesn't say, but I would say in this case,
Zoop.
yeah, probably.
I'm just gonna spin and
Ding 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 ding.
throw a
ding.
fist
Roll a
because he recognizes that spell.
Roll a dexterity saving throw there, Cash. For
Natural 20.
you just watch him and you just
I just catch it.
catch the fist.
The fuck, bro?
What are you swinging for, bro?
Ah. So
And what
apparently you
question
can
would
do
that
that
be?
too.
Yeah, it's one of my few new talents. Still kind of getting used to them, to be honest.
Cam's gonna relax the arm and just sorry about that, but some things you learn in the army and kind of stick with you.
Yeah, Tazar wasn't holding onto your fist; he just kind of caught it with his hands,
Mhm.
on a flat palm. So they block and not a
Deflected the blow.
a
basically.
block, not an offensive.
Yeah.
Grapple.
How long were you there?
Behind you?
In the room.
Not very. I literally dropped into the vent, walked into the room. So if you're worried about me
Insight
actually
check.
having heard something,
Natural 20. Plus
he's
2.
not lying.
No, he's not lying.
All right. Thank you for your honesty. Now I need to find Darius.
Fine, Darius.
I mean, he's a crusader in a very large suit of armor. At least you shouldn't have much trouble finding him.
All
Has
hands,
passed without
Yes.
trace on Derek. No, I'm kidding.
all hands, all hands. A rear has more dynamite on the deck. All hands, all hands.
That sounds. That would be
Boom,
a very
boom,
easy
boom,
one.
boom, 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 boom.
All right, Mark.
Oh my god! Where is Darius at this point after walking by and doing the whole shenanigans
For
thing?
being a raging, eavesdropping cunt.
I'd say he's in the mess having bite to eat.
Okay, so you're sitting down at the mess and you walk in. Cam, as the ship's going, but he's sitting in there in the mess in his armor, probably eating at one of the tables.
Cam's gonna sit down across from him without a plate.
Yes.
Do you often stand outside people's rooms and eavesdrop?
It just caught my attention. It's like there's a party in there.
The quiet conversation sounds like a party to you.
Well, it got pretty loud very quickly.
Can't say it did. Directed, perhaps. Not loud. How long were you there?
Not that long.
Inciting checking him too, I'm assuming, Cam.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do anything there, Darius, or are you gonna just be honest?
He's telling the truth.
Okay.
Oh, that's good because I got a 2. Well, 4
Wow.
You think I'm lying?
He's wearing his crusader helmet and is very hard to read.
Yeah, I pulled a little slot out just to put the shovel fucking food into my mouth.
Someone's about to fucking sit there and just drop a zone of fucking truth.
Not quite yet.
Not quite.
Technically, he can't quite justify that.
Sure he can.
How
But
Cam
like
gets information out of people.
like I told you out of character last session, he only does it for things that could potentially be threats.
I mean,
This
I'd
is-
say people
this
don't
is
even
more
think
of-
about you as a threat.
This is Darius right now.
Anyway, go ahead, Cam.
Cam isn't sure whether to believe you, so he's just sitting there staring very pointedly at you. And got his hands on the table. One is just drumming the claws on the wood.
What? Don't believe me?
I'm not entirely sure you're telling the truth.
Well, seeing as I'm telling the truth, you clearly are not very good at investigating people, finding out if they're lying. Then, do you? Are you? There.
Forgive me for not being the army torturer.
It's.
Have
I'm
more
not
put
saying-
people
Cassie-
together afterwards.
Quick,
I'm
cast
not
Bell
saying-
and interrogate him.
I'm saying you don't need to torture people. You just need to know how to read them.
Salt.
He's genuinely like every time he's speaking, like when he stops, he literally just takes another mouthful.
Just eating between.
Yeah.
Just bump.
He subscribes
So
to the
how
truest.
much did you hear then?
It started off around about. Did Tazar just come out of the closet?
That's literally what he heard, by the way. Just that is what he heard.
I would appreciate in the future if you did not eavesdrop on my conversations. Sometimes they include privileged information.
It was literally I heard Tazar come out of the closet, and I was very concerned.
Why would you be concerned? That's just be out of. I guess
He's a
it's
Catholic, and that's a no-no in their book.
No,
You got nothing for it. I'm not wrong.
No, so basically, he's like, wait, what? Why was Tazar hiding in a closet? What the fuck? And then, like, but obviously he saw, like, Tazar go back into the closet, shut the door, and then the door opens, he's gone, and then obviously there's the vent. Now Darius is like, I definitely make sure there's no openings in my room.
Too late. We've already exploited them all.
Alright, you guys. He's still eating, Darius. I'm assuming it's still like just
Yeah.
shoving mouthfuls. It's like sitting there as Cam just watching him.
Buy it.
Cam doesn't quite buy it, but he also doesn't think he's going to get a more straight answer.
He's literally telling you
Like-
the truth, and that's the best part.
I love low insight rolls.
Like
Nothing
he's like
takes
leaning
us-
more towards it's probably the truth, but he can't know for sure.
Lingering doubt is the
Yeah,
word. you're looking
lingering
for.
Yeah.
doubt.
Nothing takes suspicion off the tiefling more than someone else running around demanding to know what people were talking about and what they know. Do. Thanks, Cam.
I mean, I already know about you. I knew about you prior to this, so.
I mean, you've known about the tiefling, but
Yeah.
Cam looks a hell of a lot more suspicious than me now when it comes to why don't you want to know things? Why don't you want people? Why do you care what people know? Why do you care what people hear? We're all friends here.
We're all friends here. Ah.
Okay, you fucking clown in the sewer.
We all float down here.
Walrus,
Anyway.
no Pennywise.
Yo. Anyway, is it the conversation done? Or are you just gonna let it go, Cam? Or
Just to reiterate, don't. Some parts of what I do require certain confidentiality.
Fair enough. Just don't have a surprise Tazar in the future.
Hear this
Right.
sound.
When you figure out how to control that, you let me know.
How to control what?
Booze and women.
He just walks in. How to control what?
What is the closest thing on the table, Waller?
probably his water, his thing of water that he's probably drinking.
Well, now it's on Tazar.
Just throws it at you.
I gotta try and I catch it with Mage Hand.
Rude.
Oh, people.
You're eating. You're in a fucking cafeteria. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, you leave, Cam?
Cam's just gonna go and get some food.
Okay.
I'm gonna come get some food as well. I'm hungry. I need some food with my
Are we
story
gonna have a
time.
conversation, or are you guys just all going to eat?
I mean, if
and
people
move
want to
on?
have a conversation, I'm coming there to give them the opportunity.
Do you guys want to have a
I'm just gonna
conversation or
Eat
move on?
food and not just the souls of the innocent.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Whoa!
I'm gonna give him this look of like, what the fuck, dude? What did I do to you?
I mean, if you're talking about Souls of the Innocent, I keep an eye on that Crusader over there.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
definitely.
The whole party at this point's probably out here by now. It's like a rear and Gauze show up.
Oh,
so you guys
a
are
rear.
all...
A rear.
Yeah,
Hey, buddy. Do you have a welding torch?
of course.
Can I borrow it?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm gonna give Tazar this look. He knows exactly what's going on.
Tazar's just laughing his ass off.
Jesus.
So everybody, are you all sitting at the same table, or are you guys like sitting in separate tables in here?
I'll do whatever the meme brigade does.
I mean, I'm already sat down.
Yeah, Darius is sat down. Do you guys join Darius or go to another table?
I'll sit down with Darius. I have my book with me still.
Cam's gonna disappear for a moment, for a minute to go, and he's gonna reappear with a bottle of wine,
No.
and then sit down at Darius's table.
Okay.
Going with the English interrogation method, are you there? Can't there?
Arir literally walks to the back, and he's like charred. Like there's just some burnt
Ash and
powder
soot.
on him,
He's got
and then
soot all
like,
over.
unburnt. He just goes to the back of the cafeteria, gets his food, and just walks right out back down to the engineering bay. More testing to do. Maybe this time it'll explode even more.
Have fun, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
It's not exploding, by the way. It was more like the old school like camera flashes that they had for like the 1800s.
Flash powder?
Yeah, the flash powder. So you kind of have all that covering you. It doesn't really explode. It's just kind of flashed.
His left eyebrow's gone.
Yeah.
Nobody make any sparks near him. Or, do, because that'd be funny.
So everybody else, you can sit down if you want, or go elsewhere. So, Gauze, you gonna sit down with everybody too?
Yeah, Gozik's gonna go grab some food and
Okay.
sit down at the table.
Well, look at Gozix. Does he have his thing covered?
At this point, I probably would. I'll be using like either pushing my armbands up further to cover it, or wearing like long sleeve shirt.
So it's adequately concealed for now.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys are all sitting there. Darius is eating. As you can hear, he just burped pretty loudly.
Hey, I'm eating too. What the fuck?
Wait, hold on.
No star.
Okay, fine.
So you all gonna talk, or is it just fade out with y'all sitting at a table?
Well, people have just randomly joined me.
Yeah.
I've just been fucking interrogated. I'm in the middle of my food. I'm just like,
Fuck. They're
The
following
fuck?
me. They're following
what
me.
the hell is happening now? This is going on in like Darius's head.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No one expects the meme brigade.
Or the Draconic Inquisition now, I guess.
Anyone play cards here?
Oh no.
Last time there was any cards involved, I made money thanks to Tazo.
You're welcome.
Look, I'm gonna look at Tazar and go, and how exactly did he make the money? He better not disappoint me.
It was a shell game, wasn't it, Waller?
It was a shell game.
Okay, so you were basically tricking people to make money.
Oh, I was
Yup.
being legit about it. I was just, my hands are fast enough that they were just
Gotcha.
about impossible to follow.
Yep.
Gotcha. So you just like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, except for I was legit that time.
Oh, got better, did you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't had to scam for money, like I said, since I joined this group, so...
This I gotta see, and I'm gonna flip a coin out onto the table.
Well, Tazar will take out a deck of cards and lay them on the table.
All right.
He's just got one in his utility belt, ready to go for when he needs it.
Heck
Look,
yeah.
It's in
I
his
carry
bag-
a playing
it's in it.
card set.
It's in his bag of holding that he, usually has on his back.
On his back.
He has it rigged up like a backpack.
I don't think bags of holding are that big, are they?
No, you can make them that big though.
Like the rules as written, a bag of holding is a sack,
Yeah.
a big fucking sack.
Yeah, so
But
it's
you can
rigged up
turn
as a
it in.
backpack.
You can turn
Like,
it into a rucksack
all you need to
if you
do is
want.
tie some ropes around it in a
Yeah.
certain way and it'll work.
Also, rules of what is written, a bag of holding, you have to reach in and dig around to figure out what the fuck you're trying to get.
As far as I know, you reach in, you think about what you want, and
And it gives it
wait
to
for
you.
it to come into your hand.
Yep. That's how it
That
works.
that's how
Which-
the handy haversack works. A bag of holding doesn't
Mm.
explicitly do that, but it's usually
Anyway.
just hand waved.
It's hand
And it doesn't matter.
Anyway, he pulls out a
Smooth.
deck of cards, lays 3 aces of spades, king of hearts, queen of hearts.
All right.
I think you know which one you're looking for.
Oh, I suppose I should be finding the ace today.
Yep. And he'll flip them face down,
Slide a hand check, sir.
and apparently I closed my roll 20 sheet. That was
was
smart
gonna
of me,
say.
wasn't it?
Good job.
Play a hand versus perception, Waller.
Yep.
Not the greatest roll.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 13, but I need to find out what my actual total is.
If you're more than 2, you've beat me. I got a 14 for perception.
Oh yeah, my sleight of hand, that is not the right. That's a 24.
Good fucking god. Your sleight of hand's 11?
Yep.
Holy Jesus, you've gotten good.
Like I said, if I needed this to make a living, I
mean,
could.
yeah, that's a skill you never lose, but I'm impressed, buddy.
Keep your coin, by the way. I don't need it.
I don't need it. There you go.
Alright. Take the coin back.
But yeah, we fleeced a dwarf of like most of the money he made. I gave him most of it back just because I felt kind of bad for him.
Sounds like you guys did good. So, but other than that, anyone else actually like play cards? So pass the time. Anyone?
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like it's just me.
From time to time.
And what games do you play?
Some of the simpler ones. Euchre, spades.
Let's get a game going sometime then. But given that no one else here seems
Third
to
Eye
play,
Blind.
considering no one else here seems to play, I'll put my deck of cards away.
Blind Man's Bluff. White Lies.
Now I rolled a natural 20. Are you fucking kidding me?
Anyway, and I think with that we'll hop out of this scene. You guys all kind of sitting there doing some idle chat, unless there's any pressing questions. And that'll be the first day of the voyage to Ashir. All right, that's
Darius's first love.
the
church,
church. The
obviously.
church. The church.
Speaking
Is
of
everybody?
Darius,
Go ahead, Gauze.
is it the morning?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Speaking of Darius,
Oh, bastard.
everybody does go to sleep after I'm assuming it's later. You guys eat.
I'm gonna stay up reading for a bit.
Okay. Darius, I need you to roll me a. Let's see. Was my roll 22, didn't I? God damn it.
No, just remember, Scamos had nothing to do with this.
Oh, you have everything to do with this.
I have
He
nothing
may-
to do with this.
He may come in and start blaming you for no apparent reason.
I'll be right back.
Scammers can get his door fucking beat down. What's happening? You motherfucker! It's like, ah!
Catholic Church, open up!
The Catholic
Just kicks the door in. Darius Inquisition, come here!
I don't
I
expect there's
need
a position.
a
We should. Pretty fucking loud.
will saving throw, which would be the willpower saving throws in this one. I'm trying to remember. Wisdom, I guess, would be a wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to open up roll 20.
You get a +3, by the way, to that for your wisdom.
So, like, you're giving me a +3, or is that just a bonus?
That's
I've
your
already got?
modifier.
Yeah.
That's your modifier.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I literally just opened it up, so.
Yeah.
21.
Okay. So, you don't go crazy from this, but this is what happens. You fall asleep, and you get lost in a very, very, don't want to say intimate dream, but it's very raw, very. It almost feels like you're actually there. Like this is
Like
super
feeling like
erect.
you've
Yeah.
woken up somewhere else.
Yeah, you wake up and you're in what you believe to be the demon plane or hell. I mean, that's what the church calls it. And you see different characters flash before you. You see Scamos, who, by the way, looks different. You see Gauze with like the whole demon possession eyes thing that you've seen before. You see Tazar, very similar to that. And the Pope at the end of like it's almost kind of like it starts from the front and you kind of go all the way back. It's like one big long scene with a camera, and you end up and you see the Pope sitting on the throne and being like looking all like I have the power, ultimate evil guy.
I'm the big bad asshole.
Basically, and then you wake up from it like just like in the middle of the night with a cold sweat. And they don't say anything to you, they're just all staring at you.
Do they all have like the demon possessed eyes?
They looked like it, yes. Well, except Scamos, but
Except Scamos. Well, you're a bastard.
yeah.
What did I ever do to you to deserve this?
So Darius just sort of woken up in the middle of the night now,
Yeah.
having had this dream,
Mm-hmm.
and like so everybody else in the party looked like they'd been
Except
possessed,
Cam.
except
Cam wasn't there, yeah.
Cam wasn't there.
Cam and Rear were not there, but it was Tazar, the Pope, freaking Mr. Gauze, and Senor Scamos. Yes.
So Cam and Aurea weren't there.
No.
So Scamos didn't look possessed like
No.
the eyes, but
No,
the others
but
did.
he was doing something, but you really couldn't tell. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. And the Pope had the very much evil grin on his face when you woke up. Like he kind of smiled, then you woke up as he was about to say something.
Pope's fault.
Darius is literally gonna sit up. You know, he's gonna kick his legs over the side of the bed, do the whole lean forward. You know, like hand rubbing like the bridge of his nose.
Roll me a perception check, Darius.
Oh. Um. 22.
You look up and you're rubbing your eyes as you're like, oh, and you do have a pretty massive headache, but you look up and you see there is the construct that disappeared when the one that you stabbed the halberd with in the room with you.
What the hell?
Hello, Darius. And he's not in a demonic voice or anything. It's just clear, regular voice.
Darius is like looking at him, sort of glances towards where his weapons are at the side of the room.
Find something, toss a rock at it or something.
Darius is having that internal debate in his head. Can I make it to my weapons in time?
Time. Darius, we must have a discussion.
Oh, is that so?
My master and you. Actually.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Your master? And who's that?
Well, you should ask your friends. They might know. At least
Which
one
one?
of them does. One of the dwarves.
One of the dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking back to the dream and the day before, the only one that's really been prominent in like the interactions he had with the other people and in the dream was Goz. That would be a conclusion he would come to naturally from that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey man, you don't know what Riv's been up to.
Actually,
what
you
Riz-
don't. He's been in his
No,
room the whole time.
Exactly. No one's really seen him. That's the thing.
That's
But
the problem here.
I don't think anybody really wants to.
Wants to sue.
They stick
Yeah.
their head in there, they might lose a fucking
Fuck
eyebrow.
off,
So
Al.
yeah, you open the door. It just turns the entire corridor into a tunnel of fire. Just.
When I go in there, I'll lose my beard. I bet.
And okay, one of the dwarves. And who is your master?
Who do you think, Darius? Pretty
Well,
simple.
Last time we had a conversation, you weren't particularly liked by the rest of your kind. That's what you said. As you were acting as a warden.
I was.
So.
But he wants to speak with both to you and Escamos. Well.
Of course, the bloody tiefling's involved in this.
What?
Excuse me. Hello, you okay?
I don't even fucking know what the fuck Weller's talking about. That's the worst part.
So yeah, you've never met this construct.
No.
This is the construct that basically its spirit inhabited the halberd as its warden.
Oh fuck, this is the demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the demon
Yeah,
construct.
Shit.
this is the construct that
Darius stabbed.
Arir stole from
Boomstick.
fucking Boomstick's
Boomsticks.
shop.
Yes.
Jesus
It
fuck.
came,
Okay.
the demon fucked off out of the halberd, jumped
Into
into
the
the
fucking
construct,
that.
and disappeared.
Yes.
Damn it. Damn it. Okay.
This is the one that you played, Halls, before you came to Scamos.
Yeah. Yup.
Yup.
Oh, the
And
regret.
it's coming back to bite him in the ass.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's coming full circle now, bro.
Karma!
Shit. How do you get clownfish really quick?
You don't need clownfish. You'll be fine.
And again,
Wait, what?
just to clarify who your master is, if you're not liked by the rest of the demons.
Well, Scamos knows. He follows him.
Sorry,
Oh.
what?
Okay, I'm going to be having some words then, I think. Like, Darius has been making ever so slight movements towards its weapon. Like, the distance he's covering, obviously it's going to be pretty obvious what he's attempting.
Yeah, the construct's just kind of staring at you. He's like, I only bring the message.
Do 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 do.
You only bring the message.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why it's the Trevor fucking demon.
well, you know, I feel a lot safer having a weapon near me, as you could probably guess, in this kind of situation.
Father, what time is it?
Oh, it's
middle of
like
the night.
2 in the morning. It's like 2:30 in the morning.
Would I be up reading still? That's the real question.
That's up to you.
Dazar's probably awake because he only has to sleep half the
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah, you fucking elf bastard.
Doesn't mean he's anywhere nearby. I just think he's
Yeah.
awake.
Oh. Okay.
Whether he picks up on anything, I'll leave that up to Waller.
Are you actively looking for anything? Is the question.
No, he's just
And no.
wandering about.
Okay. Same question to you,
Aimlessly.
Halls.
I just messaged you really quick. So,
no.
how exactly are we working the whole? Since it would still be awake right now reading.
Yeah.
How are we working since I have that
Roll
like,
a
demon
perception.
sensiness?
Yeah, roll per like. Do you feel the disturbance of the force? Roll a
Basically,
perception
yes.
check.
I don't want to say that, but
You feel a
I feel a disturbance in the force.
I feel a disturbance in the fuckery.
Disturbance in the demon.
I feel a disturbance.
The
Yeah.
warp. The warp. I feel
I feel a
disturbance.
disturbance.
Demon
The warp.
senses tingling.
Ooh, that's a non-natural 20.
You feel a presence enter the ship, and you're really off.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you're like
I'm gonna
What?
go looking.
It's
No
I'm gonna go
bueno.
looking.
No bueno.
it's
I'm
No
going
bueno.
looking. I'm
it's
going
like
looking.
Darius, it's in Darius's room.
I'm gonna actually. I'll let consent in Darius's room.
Yeah. And it's
I'm gonna
pulling,
first
and
run
you're
to
getting,
Scamos. I'm gonna
you're
run
getting-
to Scamos's room. Well, not Scamos's, to Gallus' room first. I'm gonna pound on his door really quick to wake him up. Like just boom,
Who's?
boom.
Gauze.
Guys,
God just like wakes up with rifle in hands, like what the fuck?
What?
bring your ass here.
Okay, fine. Fuck's sake.
As soon as he comes to me, Waller, I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab him on the side, both sides of his head, look him dead in the face, and go, "Did you fucking dream of anything or talk to anything at all tonight?"
I
We
hardly
haven't
ever
got-
dream,
We haven't gotten to him yet. No, I'm kidding.
I'm dead ass asking him that. Have you
I-
done
I
that? And
know.
as soon as he starts to answer, Waller, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on him.
He hasn't.
He's like
Fuck. And I'm gonna book it to Darius's room.
his mind's like in the like drowsy, just like you just like hear white noise and when you like detect thoughts
Kazar,
because he's
You
like still trying to wake up.
you do hear like the knocking from Gaz's room and like Scamos yelling and
I'm not yelling. I'm very violently questioning without screaming.
Does it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wish I could
you
do that
you can
more.
pick that up pretty easily though.
Penny, did you put your
Penny.
name in the goblet of fire? Penny. Yes, calmly.
Yeah, basically that.
Okay, but you do hear a commotion outside, Tazar.
And then I'm going to Darius's room.
Yep.
Poke my head out the door.
And you see like Scamos opening up Darius's room, and Scamos, you just see the construct, and he turns to you and he's like, "Oh, looks like the other party member's here. I see."
I'm gonna be looking
I'm
at
gonna
Darius.
follow
Stop.
Like
Darius
you,
follow
you see,
Scamos.
you're seeing Darius. He's sort of in a ready stance as you enter the room. Like his hand is right next to his weapon, ready to grab
Yeah.
it at a moment's bloody notice.
What is that?
This is the demon construct. Long story. We'll get through it
The
later.
demon construct? Why is it here?
Well, apparently I have to question you about your master.
What do you mean question me about my master? I don't have
The one you
a
serve?
master.
The one
I
you
don't
serve or follow or
any-
something?
The one I follow the Traveler. The Traveler's not a demon.
Is that the one you're on about, construct?
Yes.
Okay, apparently we need to have a conversation about him.
What?
And apparently, one of the dwarves, I'm assuming Gauze is hanging out with you yesterday, and I had a weird dream with him as well.
Oh, you had a oh, of course you had a weird dream. Fucking
Shut up.
you Catholic weirdo.
I'm gonna punch you in the throat in
He
a minute.
does like small.
So the
people.
construct's just like watching you guys exchange with each other, and he's like, "Are you done?
You shut up.
Are you both done?"
So like Gozik and is like kind of like half awake, kind of tired, stupid.
He just runs
Walks
straight
up to the
past
door,
Scamos
like-
into the room.
No. He walks up next to Scamos and he just like looks at Darius and goes, he's like looking at you. He's like wide-eyed, and then he like sees like a construct in there that's not a weird thing. It's like, wait, this is Darius' rooms.
Do I notice him coming? Do I
Speak of
notice
the
him
devil
coming
and
up
it shall
behind me?
appear.
Do I notice him coming up behind me?
No. I want to say no.
You see,
given I'm
you see
small and
Tazar
it's just like-
outside his door staring at you. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
Gauze
all
walks-
done? Go ahead, Gus.
But yeah, you just like Gauze just like walks up next to Scamos and then like has that oh shit moment, realizing which room he just walked into.
Oh, contract. That must be. Wait, hold on.
That's not the right one.
That's not the
not
right
Rear's
room.
Why is his eyes red? Rear, what did you do?
Why has he got demon spikes?
That's not Arrear's fucking construct.
That bit was out
Oh,
of
okay.
character. It was a joke.
Scamo-
Actually, I have
or,
no idea what the demon construct would look like. Does it have actually red glowing eyes?
It has
Does it-
purple glowing eyes, actually. It's
Does
purple,
Rear's-
not red.
Does
Rear's is what would Plode have, Mini, for eyes? Like what color would it be? Blue?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
said blue.
why not red? So you go faster. No, I'm kidding.
Now
My
that would be-
God.
That's not what you do the eyes, that's what you painted.
Yeah. Red makes you go faster.
Not if
Gas,
you're
gas,
racist.
gas, gotta
Yes.
release the
What are you on
gas.
about? If it's a rear, he'd paint it yellow.
Hmm.
Yellows make
Anyway.
bigger explosions.
Okay, anyways.
False would be charred black.
And he's like waiting. He's like, "Are you all done?"
Well, you can imagine the shock going through everybody's system right now. Yes.
Well, it's easy. And he points to Goss. You use him, the orb, and Darius, and in the same room, and you can talk to my master.
How about no? And that's gonna
Really
be an
wants-
immediate hard no from Scamos.
He wants to talk to both of you, Darius and Scamos.
Doesn't mean we want to talk to him.
You
Wait,
don't
why do we
believe
need
that
the- Why do we need the dwarf as a conduit?
Yes, I'm an idiot.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Because
What do you mean
of
you're
that.
an idiot?
Don't worry
What's this
about that
orb?
for now.
I...
Bigger problems, Darius. I'm gonna tell him.
Regardless, you want to talk to the traveler, you can. This is how you do it.
Shit that it's the traveler.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because I know what the entity told him here. I'm gonna nod over.
You
at-
think he's the only one with that kind of orb?
I'm pretty sure he's the only one that's got one connected at that point. So unless
Well.
he's found a way to hijack one of these orbs, which would be incredibly hard to do, and I would want some proof before we did anything stupid with it.
You have little faith, Scamos. I'm surprised, you being such an avid follower.
Lack of,
I have
find your
very.
lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah, you
He's
just
gonna get a very.
dominated it.
Scamos is gonna get a very hard, even harder look at this demon thing. And go,
Okay.
listen here, you metal trash can. When I know an entity of chaos was speaking to someone here through one of those, and knowing
By the
what
way,
those
Darius,
Oh,
are,
what?
like-
I don't trust them.
It's just Darius in the middle of that. What?
What?
I'm literally just gonna put a one finger up at Darius and like, shut the cup.
Later.
And
He's
let
like,
me deal with this thing. So I want some proof of what you say before we do anything stupid.
How do I prove it? You'll just...
When did I first meet the traveler?
I don't know. He doesn't tell me.
Okay. You can very much tell Scamos does not believe a word coming out of that demon's mouth at this point.
And plus, when you met him, I was locked in that halberd right there.
Okay, so you can very easily and quickly go talk to your master and come back, yeah?
No. He's on another plane right now. I cannot.
Sorry, the user you were trying to contact is not currently available. Please hang up or try again later.
Okay, I'm actually going to pray to the traveler and ask for guidance on this.
Oh, you can ask for
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna pray for the guidance on if we should actually touch this orb or not. And if this entity in front of me is actually
A messenger.
yeah. Religion, I'm assuming?
Yep.
That's 12.
You get nothing.
Figures.
Good job. Do it.
Do it.
Fucking star.
You have a choice, Scamos. Stay true to your path or find a new one. If you don't believe in the traveler, then he will abandon you. And with that, you see the construct open a portal and he disappears.
Does he actually try cast a spell to open the portal? Is he casting a spell to open it?
No.
It just sort of materializes.
Yeah.
Whether he managed to conjure it or not, it just sort of appeared.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking because I was going to counterspell his ass if it was
No.
magic.
No.
I was going to fucking stop his ass here.
Nope.
He wasn't going to fucking go
And
in there.
now it's just you guys left. So Gauze, Darius, Scamos, and Tazar down the hallway, creeping like a bitch.
Surprised Cam in the rear awake with all the fucking yelling that was just going on.
Was it actually yelling? It
Oh,
seemed like it-
when I fucking yelled at the fucking
Yeah.
construct, calling it a useless tin can. It was pretty raised. That you guys might have woken up.
Nah, Cam's a heavy sleeper, sort of
Mm-hmm.
ish.
Unless he's on fire.
So,
Actually, no, he's that way.
oh.
Damn.
Anyway,
Damn, if you want help fucking pranking him again.
Anyway, you guys are left in the room, and Darius, you guys can address each other.
Darius is literally, he's starting to come out of that, like, readied stance, locks his eyes towards the both of them, literally marches across the room, grabs both of them,
Nope.
and
When he
yanks
comes,
them in.
when he comes marching towards me to grab me, I'm gonna take a step back to disengage from him. And if he continues to grab me, I'm gonna try and evade him before he puts hands on me, because I'm not comfortable with that right now.
Darius wants answers, and Darius is going to
Darius
get
can
answers.
ask for answers. Darius tries to put hands on me. Darius is gonna have fucking problems.
Darius is trying to keep it in a room, because only three
Yeah,
of us appear to have seen it.
He's yanking you guys into the room.
All right, I'm still trying to dex to avoid him. If he asks me to come inside, I'll step inside. I'm not gonna let him physically grab me at the moment, especially after what was just said. You fucking kidding me?
So he's still in the action of grabbing both of you to pull you into the room. So are you going to try and do?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to literally try and
also get
step
try-
back like, hell no, motherfucker. And I'm about to actually tell you, don't touch me.
Go on, roll for it, motherfucker.
Roll for it, motherfucker.
So
Oh, that's natural one. That's my second nat one of the night.
wow.
yoink!
I did not roll good either.
Aha! I got you both.
He was
Actually,
yank him in there.
it's a 14. Wait, no, hold on.
What'd you get, Darius, for your strength?
Oh yeah, I have stupid high dexterity.
So it's a 19 on the die.
Yeah, no, you still get me.
You guys so Tazar, you see like both Scamos and Gauze get yanked like Darius's room and the door closes and you hear it slam. Like violently. Okay. Alright, you good? Can you hear us now?
Okay. So the guy disappeared, and
Darius yanked us into his room.
yeah, he's in the room with they just yanked Darius in there, and he's now like you just violently get yanked in there. So
And the door has been slammed shut.
Like, is
I
it-
want answers.
ooh.
Is he still holding on to us?
I've literally
think
grabbed
so.
you, pulled you in the room past me, and then I've grabbed the door and shut it.
Okay, so you're not directly holding on to us
No,
anymore?
I am not holding on to you right now.
You're going to see Scamos holding the fucking demon dagger in his hand, look you dead in the face, and go, touch me again and I'll fucking stab you. Ask.
Ooh.
And he is looking incredibly tense and on edge with everything.
So while this is happening, and seeing as you're holding a demon dagger, Darius is just gonna go, I'd put it down as he draws his silver dagger,
We're literally just going to be staring at each other.
which then transforms into a longsword.
Buzz is just gonna be like, yeah, fuck shit. He's gonna sit down on Darius's bed.
He's gonna sit down. Okay.
I want answers as to
And you
what
can-
the fuck he was on about.
And you can
You'll get
ask
answers once the view.
questions
Listen,
without laying hands on people.
we can get out answers as long as both of you put down the weapons.
Was that a persuasion attempt from
Go ahead,
Gaz?
Gothic. I'm gonna let you do that persuasion check.
I mean, it's more just like suggestion
No,
thing.
persuasion check. It's what persuasion is. Star.
Fair enough. I have a -1 to this. 10.
That's a 9.
Oh,
Are you guys swayed by a 9?
I mean, it's a 10.
Yeah, but you got a -1, yeah? Or is it an 11?
It was 11.
Oh,
so
it's a 10?
Yeah.
Persuasions versus what, Waller? Wisdom or charisma?
Charisma, I believe.
I mean, if
I'm
That
not
is-
asking for like an actual reason. I'm just asking for my own personal knowledge.
I think it's charisma.
It would be charisma because it's a charisma check to use persuade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be going against your charisma.
which
Dave.
mine is -1, so if you somehow manage
What'd
to
you
fail
get?
that, then
What did you get, Darius?
19. I have a +7 in it.
So I'll let that
I
choice.
got a like 23, so
I'll let you all choose if you guys want to lower them or you guys just gonna keep at each other.
I'm gonna
basically
keep
Gauss just wants you guys to calm him down because he
locking.
doesn't feel like dying for stupid shit tonight.
My eyes are still on Darius' sword, but I will slowly lower my dagger out of a ready stance and to at least by my side, but I have not put it away yet.
Upon
And I'm
seeing
watching
you
his
lower,
sword to see what he does.
upon seeing you lower your weapon, he's lowering his too. He only drew it because you drew a weapon on him.
And I drew up because you fucking grabbed me right after that. It was a very bad chain reaction.
It is. It's a very volatile reaction chain
Yeah.
there.
But given the circumstances, acceptable.
So Darius,
I'm gonna lounge myself up against the wall.
if you want the quick and dirty version of it, I'm not 100% sure why, but Gamos was in a room looking for information about, well, Christianity or whatnot, or just more on your weapon, I guess. Actually, would I know what Scamos was doing in that room?
Did Scamos tell him?
I told him I was looking for things both about you, both about the weapons we're both carrying, like the demon sucking, the soul sucking weapons, and information about Victor.
Yeah.
So, yep. I mentioned the soul sucking weapon bit, but I don't mention Victor just
Okay.
Darius. But anywho, there's an orb in the middle, and it looked interesting. And when you're in like a kind of a room filled with supposed to be holy books and whatnot, you expect the orb to not be so dangerous. Well, I learned some information when I touched that orb because it sent me directly to the entity of chaos.
Now, upon hearing that, would Darius have ever read of any items like that from the church's records or any information from like? when dealing with cults or
Roll
whatever.
a religion check, see if you remember. I'll give you a key for religion, since it would be religious history.
Oh shit, that went away. Natural 20.
Yeah, you have. And they're basically like the church called them orbs of communication, and they had records of them because these were really sought after by like when they would attack the demons and stuff like that, when they go after like their command structure. Because if you could take these out, you're cutting off
cut
their
the connection.
Yeah, and that's quite important for like communication and stuff like that. So they had like there was full on very detailed records in the church about it. This is one of the few things that they had about relics from like demonic entities and stuff. This was one of them.
So Darius, like putting like 2 fingers to his forehead, putting his thumb to his cheek.
Yeah.
He's just like, you decided to randomly touch an orb of communication.
To be fair to him, I didn't manage to stop him in time from doing something stupid. He was interested, he grabbed it, I understand his reasoning.
You know, the worst you think is gonna happen is you're gonna talk to like some holy figure that's recently passed or something within Catholicism. Christianity is gonna happen. But not talk to the chaos of or the entity of chaos himself.
You went into a holy archive.
Holy archives was looking for.
But is that what you think it was? Because
We went into the Institute's archives.
so not a
Yes.
holy archive, an archive.
Yes. Although there was a lot of information about the church there, and that's what we were looking for at that point in time.
So understandable mix-up.
Yes. And unfortunately, I didn't think he was going to grab it until he was reaching for it, and I couldn't stop him.
So before I continue, did you mention about the idea of just keeping balance and whatnot, right?
Yes.
About how Victor's trying to keep order. And
You can't fully have one without the other without it being
so,
a drastic.
so Darius, so while I was in there with the entity of chaos, going back to what you said about Victor wanting to instate some new world order or something about like completely destroying chaos. You said that would not work out, right? If I remember something about along those
Pure-
lines.
Yes, because pure order is basically getting rid of individual self and will.
Well, I have. Well, funny you mentioned that because the the chaos entity agrees with you.
Not news I'm happy to hear.
Yes, well, that's actually something that nearly every god, except for Victor, has agreed to. Let's see, he told me that they've agreed to maintain some sort of balance, and Victor has gone above and beyond and tried to gain powers in order to disrupt this balance. And I assume that all the gods are probably going to be wanting to stop Victor. Especially the chaos entity himself.
Well, yes, he's the most at threat, and then the others would be under threat after he's dealt with.
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, he has not converted me. I don't know about both Victor. I don't know about the chaos entity. I don't agree with what both of them done. To an extent. I mainly don't agree with Pope Victor's ideals of perfect order, and well, the chaos entity is kind of a fucked up dude. So,
I remember that. All you just hear Samus say that lounging up against the wall, just quietly.
I'll be honest, sometimes are thrusted into situations you don't expect. And While I did get some answers out of him, I did not get all the answers I needed. One was how to stop Victor, and he mentioned that there's a spell to stop Victor, but that's all I got. It's a spell.
So, everything we do, no matter what, unless we get that spell, we're kind of bollocks in one way or another.
For all I know, I could probably walk up to Victor, and he'll probably sense some bullshit about me and snap his fingers, and I'll be dead. So yes, we need that spell. I have a feeling the Traveler may be wanting to talk to us, if that is the case with the demon thing. Maybe giving us more information or talking about how to stop a new world order. Illuminati.
I do want to just quickly clarify this with the GM.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know that it's an orb of communication.
Yes.
Would I know of any side effects of those that use an orb of communication?
That they through the detail that you have, most of the time that they would use conduits, but they would be consumed in the process. Gozik was not consumed in the process.
When he's still walking and talking.
Yeah. So something's up.
So upon hearing, after hearing all that and thinking that, okay, you talked to the god of chaos, and then thinking on that information and going, wait a minute. Darius will switch the sword back into its dagger form, sheath it, walk over to Gozik, and sort of grab Gozik's face and start looking him over, thinking,
Just
like he's inspecting him.
What are you looking for?
Is this like a concerned inspection?
Yes.
You're actually
yes, it
concerned about him?
Yes.
Okay.
From the knowledge I know of those orbs, usually one is consumed when they are used as a conduit for it.
Not always true.
Well, I did not know that.
So why weren't you consumed would be the question.
Oh.
Because dwarves are tough and stringy.
Tough and stringy.
Whole host of reasons. Whole host of reasons. But probably the entity using it gave him enough of his own power to not be consumed by it, because he wanted him to pass the message along.
So you're telling me he's marked?
Yes.
As soon as he says yes, you're just gonna see you're gonna see Scamos literally facepalm. Gozix, rule number 1, you don't tell people things that quickly. We've talked about this already. You're supposed to keep it hidden.
Man, I just woke up at like the middle of the night and just
Yes,
saw,
and you're
some
talking
weird
to
shit.
someone who has a propensity for possibly stabbing you.
At this point, I think
God, I'm going to
teach
you. I'm going to teach you how to survive, aren't I?
I mean, I can teach you how to survive in the wilderness. Sounds like you had issues with that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh damn, that shade, yo.
Yeah, well, we're not in the wilderness now. You're in my world. So start learning. Lesson 1, you don't tell people shit. You wait until you're 100% sure they won't stab you.
I mean, Darius, are you gonna stab me anytime soon? Because that'd be actually some nice information to know.
So when he referenced like being marked, he meant like having the energy put into him, not an actual mark, by the way.
No, but Kha'Zix went yes, and that's the problem.
Like Gozik knows he's been marked in some way, and that now Darius is a bit curious about that. No, because apparently you're still needed.
Apparently so.
But how do you know that you've been marked? You're not exactly attuned to such energies.
Kha'Zix is like, what? Shit.
I can understand him knowing.
Just pointing at Scamos. Just like...
Yeah.
I mean, I've kind of let kind of like spilled the beans already, so
You just gotta.
do I?
You just gotta.
I like to scan what's not like. Do I?
Well, he's not gonna drop it now if you don't, and if you keep it from him, he's probably going to.
Yeah, he's probably gonna stab me if I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm
so
gonna
there you
like
go. You're
grab
learning.
my like the long sleeve shirt I have and just like pull down my
Pull up.
pull it up and reveal the chaos mark on my wrist. So yeah, that's what I was meaning by when if I get near the Pope, I might vanish.
Oh, bloody hell.
Like I said, I didn't manage to stop him in time.
Does that make him the anti?
I
If they
mean,
touch, do they both go away?
Music is the spell. No. Just throw me like cannonball style.
And the construct said that we need to use you as the conduit.
Ah, fuck.
Now the question is that holding more of the power to stop you from dying?
Well, I don't know. I think at this point that's up to the Chaos Entity whether I'm useful past talking to the Traveler. Actually,
Please tell me
I'm not
that
sure. I'm
so,
just
so at this point, Darius is gonna turn away from Gauze and look at Scammers. Please tell me the orb is not on the ship.
The orb is not on the ship.
you want to incite the shit out
That
of
is an definite insight check.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I'll roll deception if you want.
So that is a 19.
I'm gonna roll the deception anyways.
Yep.
That's a 25.
Oh my god.
Do you buy it?
Well, yeah, you beat me. He buys you. He buys
Okay,
it.
so like, what do you do when he buys it?
So you, well, at least you did the smart decision and left it back.
That was sarcasm, dude.
You're joking, mate. Oh,
No,
sake.
you think I'm gonna leave something like that laying around somewhere when your archives people are just letting random people in there without credentials?
What, they just let you in there without
dude.
credentials in
Yes.
any way? Without,
Yes, I literally
without you saying
walked
anything
up, lied
special?
lied through my teeth, and they let me in.
What was the lie?
I told them that I was looking things up for you, which I guess technically was true because I was going to share a lot of the information I got with you.
So
But
you used my name
yes, I said I was looking things up for you.
after because of an action I performed, saved the city, and you're a known associate of mine.
Yep.
To access the archive.
Yeah. Seemed like the easiest way to go about it.
That seems like credentials being used there.
Oh, I mean, they didn't even verify anything, though. Like, their security there was rather lax. He left me up there alone, dude, for like fucking almost 5 or 6 hours. Christ, he was out for like half of the time.
it was a good nap, except for when I woke up and I had like a bunch of slap marks on my face. Asshole.
Okay, I was trying to wake you up, alright?
Well, the first time you slapped me, it didn't work. So why did the fucking 20 other times work?
It got entertaining after a while. Besides, I needed the sound to scare the
Fucking-
rats off.
Who here has seen that? Oh, great. Who here has seen that Deadpool video game where it's like you get to endlessly slap Wolverine when he's unconscious?
Yeah. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
But anyways. There's no, yes, I wasn't going to leave it there where someone else could do what I did and stumble on it. That seemed like a very dumb idea. At least if it's secured here, we can control who has access to it.
Okay. And where is it on the ship now?
Currently in my room.
One of the most secure places on the ship, apparently.
I mean, the vent is welded shut now.
I feel like that
by the
wouldn't
way,
keep
you're
him
hearing
out.
through this all through the door, so you can enter.
He's
if you
outside the
want.
door.
Yeah, yeah.
The vent is welded shut.
I'm just like,
No.
you-
Tarzan
you-
has
you-
to come out of the closet again.
you make it seem like that welding the vent alone would probably keep, a thief out.
Yes.
I highly doubt it would.
No, Waller,
Which is in
do I
the
see the
middle wall.
dimension door opening?
Yeah.
As soon as that happens, I counterspell it.
Wow.
Did you lock the door, Darius?
I did, yes.
As soon as I see it start to appear, I counterspell it.
So yeah, Tazar
And then
doesn't go off.
What level is it, first of all? That's what we gotta
Yeah.
make sure.
What do you need to do here? What level are you casting at, Cash?
Yeah, well, he gets charges at certain levels, doesn't he? So his are just set at a level.
Level 4. Yeah.
Okay.
All my shit is level 4. Okay. So I need to beat a DC 14 against my
Yep.
spell mod with counterspell for this to
Roll
work.
DC 14 for me.
Okay, I need a 7 or higher on this, and I've rolled 2 nat 1s tonight, so this may not work. That's a 17. That'll work.
Okay.
Like,
So-
as soon as that dimension door starts, you're just gonna literally see.
So he says in the
Oh.
middle of all of us. So we see like this energy start to appear, and then you just
Yeah.
sort of flick your
immediately
fingers.
counterspell. And then we should probably go. I don't know what the fuck that was.
I think I've seen that before. I think that's the dimension door Cam used on me. Does anyone else have access to that?
Do I know Tazar has it?
Probably not, since that's new.
Cam's the only one I think it's seen him use it. So
Then no. Then I don't know who the fuck it is, and that's why I counterspelled it, because I don't trust it. They could, if it's one of our people, they should not.
And that right there is another point of mine. Your room is very secure, yes?
Well, we hear a knock, and then it says, "It was me." Fuck, Tazar, you're gonna hear Samus just sighing.
Even reinforces my point about him.
Well, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk out of the room and go back to my room, just so shut up about this. He can follow me if he wants. Door literally just opens. Damn it, Tazar, warn me. And as I walk by him.
What, saying I'm coming in with Dimension Door? And like that's I can see Tazar's reaction to that.
Just pat him on the head. I'm gonna smack him as he tries as he does that. I'm just gonna reach back and just like whack, asshole. It's a friendly smack. It's one of those like I didn't know it was him. The only reason I stopped it was because I thought it was somebody else and went hard fuck now.
You follow Scabos back to his room, Darius?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I'm assuming
also
the dwarf is
follow-
coming, yes.
Yes.
And Tazar, I suppose.
Yeah, probably. Cam, you
and-
can choose to join the party if you want to wake up by now, because either the whole Dimension Door thing or Tazar getting smacked, or
It's 2 in the fucking morning.
it is 2 in the morning.
Hard asleep.
Yeah.
Cam sleeps through the regular fucking.
Okay.
Unless he sounds like someone's trying to sneak up on him or he's getting attacked, he'll sleep through it.
Well,
I'm gonna go
Alright.
back into the room.
He's
You're
used to
just gonna-
frontline noise.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a lot of books in here. Like a lot of them. And most
Conspiracy
of them looks like books I
walls, you know.
probably shouldn't have
Yeah.
here with me because
Yeah.
they've been acquired
Did-
through dubious
you-
means.
You take
I'm gonna
all
gr-
of
I'm
these
gonna
from
get
the
the order.
archive.
Look, we needed to do some longer time research, and I wasn't really sure they were gonna let me just borrow them.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
We'll return them when we're here again. We need them for now, alright? There's like 15 on
I am-
Victor over there.
I am absolutely loving the fact that you used my fucking name.
Dude, the guy doesn't even know what books were up there. He's not gonna know which ones I took.
I mean, you knew there were dire rats up there, I guess.
Yep. Dire rats are a little more noticeable than the specific book titles in piles of books.
Fair enough.
I'm now holding the orb. I'm now holding the orb still wrapped in the blanket, Waller. And I'll uncover it to let him take a look at it, but I'm not letting anybody fucking touch that thing.
Hey, so, Darius, I gotta ask. Actually, Tazar, how much did you hear? Actually,
Tazar heard all of that whole exchange.
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing this time. He heard it all.
I think Guzik remembers, like, now remembers seeing him in the hallways. Like, oh, so you probably heard all of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tazar nod.
Yep.
Eh, that's an hard person who knows, I guess. So, Darius, I gotta ask. With my, I guess, interactions with Chaos, why was there a demon construct in your room?
You remember the demon construct that got off the ship, right? Oh no, wait. Was he here?
Is it what's up?
No, you weren't here.
Yeah,
Ah,
I
yes.
wasn't here. I was here
Tazar's the
since-
only one other than you. It's up right now. Would actually know about it. So
So,
Yeah.
as for context on that, the weapon I have was designed as a prison for demon souls, but it required a demon soul to act as the warden. That construct, the demon soul inside of it, was the warden of the halberd. And after me not agreeing to sell my soul to it, it decided it wanted to leave and stole the construct that that Aria had stolen from Boomstick's shop in Amir.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I guess it's good to see that buddy of yours has showed him back up. Have a
Not
quick chat, I guess.
particularly.
Buddy being loose term.
Not after the dream I had.
You had a dream.
I did.
You know, I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. After what happened yesterday, I'm just surprised I didn't dream of anything.
Well, clearly nobody wanted to send you an image.
Apparently, I was told that. Actually, was I there when the contract said I need to be used as a conduit to?
no, you weren't there yet. That was just him and Darius.
But I have said that
Mm-hmm. But you did say that to him.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah. I don't know. What was the
So-
stream, Darius?
I was standing in hell. In front of me, there was Gamos doing something. I had no idea what. You, Hazar, who both looked like you'd been possessed.
Oh,
And
that's fun.
before I woke up, I saw Victor sat upon a throne in hell with an evil smile. Just before, and it looked like he was about to say something before I woke up.
So,
And then the whole construct thing happened.
Gamos, Hazar, me, Victor.
Yes.
So
Not
that-
Cam,
that-
not Aria.
Also knows the two people not in the room at the moment.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's like
Now, whether that is
So-
pretense of the outcome, maybe they drift away or something worse could happen, I do not know. Whether that was foretelling or the only times I've ever had weird bloody dreams is on this damn ship.
You've had other weird dreams?
One was more of a primal entity.
Primal entity?
Yes, it was after we engaged the Illithid in the city.
Oh.
Yes, and I got up
When-
and I had a look in the mirror and I had the face of an Illithid. Whether that is more portent of a possible future outcome, again, I do not know.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've been picking up about Illithid, they can take control of people's bodies, right?
in a
Some way.
manner of speaking, from the GM, yes.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
And Darius did know of what
Mhm,
Illithid were because there were records of them in the archives.
Guys, it's coming from Rosso. He's heard of it. He doesn't know about how it works.
Do you question as to how I could have become an Illithid, or
So,
What?
Darius, you know so much about Illithid. How does one
they're
get
babies?
bestowed with the?
They pull out one of their little babies and allow it to burrow into your head, either through the eye, ear, nostril,
That is absolutely horrifying.
and it eats your brain.
that makes things worse.
and then it replaces your brain and your body transforms and you gain the mouth tentacles.
I don't want to know what's under there.
The beak. Like a squid. Remember,
I thought it was
Remember
a
the
lamprey.
kind of.
Out of character.
Well, yeah, it's more of a lamprey really in the D&D universe.
Yeah,
But,
lamprey mouth.
Yeah.
It is a lamprey mouth.
But remember the day I near enough killed a rear in his workshop?
Have you had any more tendencies like that? Because
No,
it seems
'cause-
like I'm not the only one who's. Well, I won't say made mistakes, but doesn't have good things going on with them.
well, you've been marked by chaos.
Yeah, I have a more direct kind of, I guess.
Whereas what
ailment.
I see appears to be some form of illusion or outcome for a possible line. If we fail, what I saw in that last stream could happen. And there's always that outcome with the other thing.
And that outcome is the removal of all like personal. Basically become slaves, and from what you
Yes.
said, I looked possessed.
Yes. Everything
As I
about you
looked
would be
possessed.
gone.
Gamma sounded normal, or
That
he's
that
doing
might have been protection from something else. I don't know. But he appeared to have been doing something. So anyway,
Gammo say anything to this, by the way?
I don't know what he would be talking about with me doing anything like that, so not really. I'm just kind of sitting there listening, kind of concerned though, because it's a very interesting sounding dream.
Oh, star.
okay. Who touched it? I did not touch. Anthea, I saw you touch it.
oh, I wasn't even tabbed in. Someone flipped the board. Okay. Not the table, just the.
We aren't there anymore.
Um. So now, after having that and looking back up at Scamos and seeing the orb, I prefer this thing to be destroyed.
Gamos, didn't you say this is like difficult to destroy?
They are exceedingly difficult to destroy.
Yeah.
As far as I know, anyways.
It requires literal divine intervention. That's why you need to get enough priests.
Yeah, and I don't trust the current pope.
Oh, I think
You
he'd
know,
want it destroyed.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know about that. He might want it for his own purposes.
Possibly.
So there was mention of me being. That construct was wanting me to become a conduit to talk to the traveler. For
Yes.
you and
You basically
Scamos?
become the battery. The fuel for the fire.
If it's
I should
even
say.
the traveler we're going to be talking to.
That is the question.
And he said, now, I don't really follow any faith, but I know understand how Darius can follow it and have a faith. I can understand how Scamos how you can have a faith with the Traveler. And that contract mentioned the Traveler would potentially, I forget the exact phrase he said, but leave you. So I don't know if that's a risk you want to take.
Yes. Abandonment by a deity is not it's not a good thing. But for me, it wouldn't be as if me losing the power.
Camus just quietly turns his back and looks out the window.
But for me, Goz, losing my deity wouldn't affect me as badly as others. I mainly rely on my martial strength rather than divine power. So I would still be able to fight, just that I would lose some of the edge I gain.
Well, I hate saying this, but from what it seems, you may lose that because of how things,
I don't
your
know how
dreams,
much.
anything to go off. I don't know if you want that kind of world.
Yeah. I would not want the outcome I saw. But with Scamos, I'm not sure if his connection to his what he follows grants him power or not. Whether it's just arcane.
I guess
It's
it's
not-
also a gamble for me because if I do act as a conduit, you said usually conduits banish or burn.
You would be burning your own life. As I said, fuel for the fire. You'll burn your life force, not your body. But that could possibly be a far worse pain.
Fuck. I don't. I mean,
And whether that mark or not meant that this is what you were meant to be used for, maybe there's still enough power residing in
I
the mark
was.
for it.
I will say that I don't know if it was meaning for like this or if there's some use after this. But when I did look at that orb, and do note while I'm looking at it, this wasn't saying anything to me. It did say soon when we were discussing about it after I had my conversation with Chaos. I heard the word soon in my head when looking at it. So it definitely wants me to be the conduit.
Do we risk it, though, is the question. There's a chance you could lose your life.
We
I hate
trade
to
and
say
see what
this.
happens, and I'm going to turn around holding the orb waller. I'm going to set it down on the bed between all of us. I'm going to grab Darius's arm and then touch the orb with my hand.
Without gauze or with gauze?
Without cause.
And you guys do that, nothing happens.
The hell are you trying to do?
Not get Glazix killed. But apparently it's not working.
Guys, I hate to say this.
If the connection wasn't made, it would probably mean that we aren't to be burnt.
Guys, I hate to say this, but, I have a feeling that if I... It's a big risk, I understand, but if I don't actually do this, then that means the whole world could be in jeopardy. So... Darius, are you good with doing this?
I don't particularly want to be involved in this in any way. But if it's the only way to stop the outcome that I saw in that dream, I really don't get a say in it, do I?
Because it sounds like we have a way of stopping it.
But the question is, do we trade one evil for another?
Well, from what it sounds like, that the gods will try to... Well, let me step back. From what it sounds like, the gods are... This is like the only god trying to... Pope Victor's the only god trying to break balance. So... And if he continues on that, I believe that's what your vision will end up being. Winnie, Gamos, are you okay with this?
Seems like we don't have much choice.
Well, I'll take that as a yes, and with that, Gaz is gonna reach out his hand towards the orb and say, "I'll grab my arm."
And you guys watch. And by the way, this will probably wake up everybody on the ship at the point, but there is a massive amount of energy that's expended. And all four of you, because you've got Darius, Tazar's in the room too, Gauze, Scamos, and Gozik are all transported, and like you guys blink, and in the next instance, you guys are in it's like a stone kind of. You've seen the scene from, and I'm gonna say this, but like from Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull with the aliens, and they're like in the dome
for
thing.
fuck's sake.
It's like that, but instead of the aliens all being there, it's the gods. So one looks pretty damn obvious to you, Scamos. When you pop in, it's the Traveler. There's one of them. And there's four of them here. They're not all here, but there's four of them here. It's there's the Traveler.
So it's like a big room full of
Yes.
thrones, and
Yeah.
four of them are occupied.
Yes.
At this point, Gozik turns to you, Darius, and says, "Darius, this is your faithful intervention."
You're
So-
so
No, I don't actually do that.
Good, because Darius was gonna turn and say, "You may still burn yet."
So it's the Traveler. One that looks like, and just for out of character, has very Nordic looking accoutrements to it, so more of like probably a Thor or an Odin kind of style.
So like
not sure.
he's got like an eye patch. He's got a helmet
Yeah.
with horns.
Yeah.
Got like runes carved into like armor or stone dangling from him.
Yes.
Wearing pelt.
Yes. And if Cash is here, the Raven Queen is also here. You guys would recognize that. And the fourth one is a draconic god. You don't know who it is.
Symbology does he have?
Zach's like, I'm not happy with this arrangement.
So it's like,
After-
why the
after
hell am I
Gozik-
here?
Well, after Gozik like looks at all of them, and it's like he just like quickly looks at his wrist and hand, and like starts checking it over to see if anything else has happened with it.
For out of character it is basically a Bahamut avatar. It is Bahamut for that too. So like this is hardcore, all of like the good / neutral entities intervention right now.
We having an intervention for you dumbasses, you dumb fucks. We gonna beat your ass.
It won't beat your ass.
We gonna beat your ass till you stop doing it.
You know, Waller, you aren't supposed to tell us who it is if the characters don't know who it is.
No, I'm just doing it for the simple fact of who it is.
You're supposed to
But-
describe them.
I know.
So for Darius's knowledge, he may have heard in passing of other gods from other religions, but he's never actually read into them or how they would look.
Yeah.
So I have no idea who the
Yeah.
fuck any of these are
Just like
in character.
Just like I.
You know who the Raven Queen is? Well, you might.
No.
No, he doesn't.
I forget, on that night that Tazar showed up, was it the like a?
It's the same entity that you guys saw in the tavern, actually.
Or outside the tavern?
Yeah.
Then yeah,
okay.
Darius
So-
recognizes her.
Darius
So
Damn,
I've
explain
seen
who
her
she was.
before, but
Yeah,
I didn't know who
Darius
the.
would know. Yeah.
Okay, so I know who that one is, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
So I think me and Darius would be the ones who recognize the Raven Queen then.
Yeah.
And
And
Tazar,
along with
obviously.
Tazar, obviously, and
Hold
then
So there's
Gamos.
three that we don't know.
Scamos,
basically.
and the Traveler's literally got the same cloak as Scamos does, but he's kind of hooded up. He doesn't really show his face or anything. He's hooded up, but you can tell it's the same colors.
Well, I'll be
Right.
damned, he wasn't lying.
No.
So that's the Traveler.
Yeah.
The first words out of Scam was his mouth. I'll be damned, he wasn't lying. Like,
Like-
we're not gonna fucking die here.
Not yet, at least.
And I don't feel like I'm burning, so that's a good, I guess.
Step in the right direction. Yeah.
Fire,
And-
fire on the flight.
Dick. Fire!
So all 4 of us are here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So who's everybody here then?
And,
Well-
There's 1.
Well, Tazar has a connection with the lady with the ravens.
Microphone
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at Tazar. I'm like, what?
As for the other 2, we know who she is. We don't know the others.
The others? Which ones are you pointing out?
I'm indicating to the other 3, not the Raven Lady, not the Raven
Oh,
Queen.
so you don't
So
know any of the other
I don't know. I may have heard of them in passing, but I don't know who they are.
Okay,
exactly.
so once he says that, and I go,
Minnie.
Shit.
with all that going on, when you say that, I'm literally gonna look at my cloak, gonna look back at the one that has the cloak that looks like mine, look at you, look very pointedly back and forth between me and the one with my cloak for a couple of times, just to see if you'll make this connection on your own.
So I'm assuming that one's the traveler then.
Small round of applause. Look, it can think.
God.
I don't know. It could have just been another god with the cloak like yours.
And,
the gods are just looking on this conversation like these
Yeah,
fucking
they're
idiots.
just like-
The traveler is probably
Just like-
snickering at least a tiny bit, but
No, he's kind of looking at the other 3, and he just kind of, like, if you could probably look on his face, it's probably the look of, like, pride of, like, yeah, it's one of my followers. Just kind of...
exactly.
Suck it! I am a real god.
Yeah, smug as shit. Just, like, fucking...
I will
smug
get
as
out of
shit.
here!
Yeah,
I will
sitting-
fuck you up!
He's sitting there literally going, "Yup, so proud."
Yeah, it's smug as
Proud
shit
father
to the other
moment.
3.
He's like the little bully god. He's like, you aren't a real.
Yeah.
You don't have any actual followers.
Yo,
Immediately, what do they say? One of their devouts getting fucking utterly sassed.
yo.
Traveler, that's enough. I will be cannon! I will be cannon! I will
Anyway.
Fuck's sake.
Hey, Perry.
The Norse one, stylized one, he has a spear, by the way, so you figure out who the fuck it is, and even though I said it.
It's basically Odin.
Yeah, and he kind of hits his spear a couple of times, and he's like, "You've been brought here to
Doesn't
learn
even
the
put a
truth."
bellow into his voice.
No, yes, you brought
Learn the
you
truth.
truth of one of ours that never, one of the ones that never made it, and that will not die, and cannot die. What questions do you have first?
All says Darius, I ain't sassing fucking gods. That shit's not happening.
So,
What questions do you have?
Is this gonna kill him? And I'm pointing to gods when I ask that question.
I guess that's important.
Probably a good place to start.
Yeah.
So, the Raven Lady, the Raven Queen answers, "Not his time yet."
good
Good
stuff.
enough, I guess. And you are? Somewhat
Yeah.
respectfully, kind of curiously ask, like I'm not interested. Ask.
I go in some circles as the Raven Queen. That is what the mortals call me.
Some who call me Tim.
Him, yeah.
Right. Not gonna point any names and say that the god of chaos is called Tim, but hey. Gonna look at Darius and gods and Tazar like, is anyone else gonna ask questions?
Darius is giving a quick, like,
like 360 of the room, seeing like I'm assuming there's like a bunch of thrones in this
There's
room.
about 30 of them in here in total.
There's about 30 of them in here in
Mhm.
total.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
My question would be, from the information I've gained from my friend Gozik here, that you all agreed to a pact of balance, yet only 4 appear when this is most likely about that.
The others are busy. And it's the traveler that responds to this. The others are busy right now. We speak for, well, these 3 speak for the whole council, and I'm just here because one of
Just
my
here because.
one of my
Jacob's
people
bucket.
are involved.
One of
So,
my people are involved.
yes.
Scamos now looks really confused. Because what do you mean you're not like this? Really confused look of you're not part of the pantheon? What the fuck? Well, how does this work?
So, is it true that is the vision that Darius had, or the dream he had about Pope Victor, I guess ruling hell, and I assume ruling over us, is that the outcome if we do nothing?
One of the outcomes. One of many.
1,000 tiny threads, depending on which one you pull on, depends on the outcome.
And the Raven Queen pipes up again, like, so they're transitioning, and
Like, okay.
she pipes up and she pulls her hands out and folds. This has all happened before. See, this is why Victor became a problem in the first place.
The cataclysm.
Yes. Found out about the pact. He found out about him and she looks towards the traveler. Him found out the way to ascend to godhood, or at least try. One succeeded and one failed.
And the one that failed now wishes to rule everything.
If you can't attain your goal, you blow it up and go for the bigger goal, don't you not? Or do you not?
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Oh,
Don't
all right,
you know?
it's
So,
canon because Zach is Canadian. The Raven Queen is now Canadian. I demand a Canadian accent the entire time the
No.
Raven Queen speaks.
No.
User in your channel was
So I'm going to tie you a boot.
Thank you, Cash. Thank you.
so, so that's what the chaos entity I talked to was meaning when he mentioned Pope Victor trying to attain powers which he shouldn't have. Is the power to destroy the gods?
You can't destroy Victor. You can put him away, but you can't destroy him.
Then the question would be, how do we put him away?
Well, and she looks to the traveler, and the traveler's like, I guess. You will have to take your whole party will have to do this. Each of you has a role to play in putting away Victor. He needs to go back into the containment area that we built for him under the city of Alaron.
I don't think he'll go willingly.
No, he won't.
So how do we
Figure out a way.
one, achieve getting him down there, and 2, how do we seal it?
The Ashirans have all of the formulas. DL sent it to them once after we sealed it. They have all of the data, all of the information that you would seek on that.
Locked away in Aileron's lockbox there, or somewhere else?
Last that I know of, or last that we knew, yes.
And locking Victor away, would it have adverse effects in the moment, or
We don't know. Last time it went smoothly, but he was also willing to go. If he's unwilling to go, we don't know.
Yeah, when we chatted with him, it sounded like he was preparing for it to be released, so doesn't quite sound like he's going to be willing this time.
No, and for how long he's probably been locked up as well. He is a threat to everyone.
With my chat with the Chaos Entity, and please forgive me, I was kind of this in the moment situation. He told me about a spell that would have helped.
that's
but
the spell? Shit.
That's the spell. It's the containment spell.
Containment spell.
Mm-hmm. Where you all found him?
But we need to reenact it, but we need to get him in there. He's unkillable. I highly doubt we'll be able to fight him to get him in there, which means we need health. Is there anything we could use to lure him back into that chamber?
Andy?
Ooh, he's
Well, and you see them think about it for a moment. There was a small containment unit or small containment relic that was built to transport him in case he didn't want to go willingly. But it is untested.
And where would that be? In a shear as well, or
We don't remember. We don't know. It has been missing since the cataclysm.
so no leads on that then?
Maybe Avalon? I don't know.
Brilliant. Gonna have to do some blockade running, I think.
We sent it. We did. That's where we sent it to last. But they may have information pertaining to its existence. Maybe the Troons do too.
Maybe.
And okay. And say we succeed. We manage to lock Victor up again. What would we then do to stem the tide of chaos running rampant across the world?
It's a good question. Maybe let Victor defeat the forces of chaos that are still here. That's up to you. You as a group, we cannot intervene.
You all can't intervene? Or just certain ones of you can't intervene?
And they all looked at the Traveler, and the Traveler's like, none of us can intervene with chaos. Part of the deal.
Meanwhile, the Raven Queen's just kind of whistling in the back.
Wait. The deal made, wasn't that also with chaos? To keep
That
balance?
is correct.
But chaos is running amok. Doesn't that throw
It's
the
their
balance out
time.
of whack?
No, it's their time.
So the agreement is after a certain amount of time, they're allowed to run wild, and then they
For
go
a
back.
while. Or forces of good defeat the forces of evil, I guess. You want to look at it that way.
I guess it's a constant battle of pushing, pretty much push and give.
Traveler's like,
There.
think tug of war. Yes.
One
Yeah,
side
big
goes
tug of
one
war.
way and one side goes others.
Okay.
And he is also reacting to Victor being back as well, and him and Victor never really got along.
Fuck off, Cash.
There's a reason why.
Hmm.
They're related. Chaos and
Related?
Victor. Yes.
In what way?
Chaos wasn't always a thing either.
As chaos was created, so was order.
Mm-hmm.
Friends or closer?
Brothers.
family. Boy. So all of this gigantic mess was created because of brothers.
Yes.
Sibling rivalry.
Yes. The older was selected for this, the younger was not. The younger, along with the traveler here, sought the knowledge to do it themselves. And as we have said, he succeeded and Victor did not. Driving him more down the path of anger and madness and revenge.
Yeah. Okay, so if said device can't be recovered, maybe an item of great chaotic energy could be used to the victor then.
Possible. Or if you lure the chaos entity there, chaos himself.
And how would we even summon him?
Please tell me the gods aren't looking at me now.
Yeah, they're all looking at Gothic, by the way.
Like if I'd say this, like I turn him.
Yes.
How?
You sacrifice him.
Oh, hell no.
Fuck. Whoa. He may have been prepared to die for this moment. But if there is a way to get around it without sacrificing it.
There is. You have to go
We
find
have to find it.
You have to find it.
What about the Time Wizard? That agent of chaos running around amok, stirring up demons, undead, and illithid.
Part of chaos. We can't intervene. What do you want to do with that? You want us to stop him?
No.
Use him?
Would he not also be a good way of attempting to? Wouldn't he want to bring his master in to the world?
You can convert him to that. Yes. You can get him. You can get him on that idea. You have to.
So we would need to get his attention.
Somehow. Yes.
Though you may not be able to intervene in the mortal world, can you not pinpoint a location for us? Like the Time Wizard, say, Sanctum or Lair or wherever.
We cannot intervene.
You're not directly intervening. Gods are allowed to provide information in times of need, are they not? Your hands are not being used in this moment.
But the information is.
But many would beseech your guidance, as many would beseech Chaos's guidance.
That is true.
They already have their agents running amok in the billions across the world. What is providing such information to a small band to fight against the hordes. Comparison.
They're all
Which guys?
looking at. They all kind of look at each other. They're like, hmm.
Which guy's talking? Who's been talking?
It was still been the Traveler at this point.
It's, Trevor's like, holy shit, he's making a point. What
He
the
is
fuck?
making a point. And he's like, why? And he looks to the other ones that didn't. And then Odin, in this case, or the Allfather, as other people have called him, and he's like, you see, we don't want to admit this, but we cannot see all of Chaos's influence. It's
Well,
shrouded.
You may not be able to see directly where it is, but can you sense a great power of it? As
I mean, there's a lot
Really?
of it right now, and it's really hard to sense specific entities.
the Time Wizard's Sanctum would probably be a massive scale of chaos itself, other than maybe where the power of chaos initially broke out. It would probably be one of the highest concentrations of chaotic energy. By thought, seeing as he is clearly an agent running further ahead of the front line.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you still can't disguise things, Darius.
Yes.
You can do some pretty interesting things with some pretty powerful magic if you're sneaky.
We're blind to the location of that right now. In time, maybe, if Chaos is we can possibly see and maybe give you what you seek. Or maybe books have your information you're looking for. It sure may hold the answers as well.
Do we know the Time Mage's name?
No, you guys actually never figured that out, actually.
Nope, I'll bet you the books I have can tell
Wait,
us that.
no, hold on. Tazar was tasked with killing him.
Yes.
Was he not given a name? Just a description of where he was.
Mm-hmm.
You know who it is. Send him and bring him to me.
You want a name?
If you cannot provide us with a location, then at least maybe say a name of the Time Wizard.
Well, which Time Wizard? There's more than one.
The one that we've ran into.
Well,
One
Which
that we
one?
killed and he's still alive.
which one?
We've only ran into one Time Wizard.
Sure about that?
Unless this is that bullshit of it's one
Timey-wimey.
guy. Yeah, Wibbly Wobbly Timey-wimey. He's somehow
They're
created a
fucking
paradox.
time wizards.
Yes, but it's still the same guy. That's the point.
Unless he cloned himself.
necessarily.
There's a lot of things that
The
might
two
make
versions
that
of him
not
that the two versions of him we have seen have been the same guy.
Let me introduce you to the spell called Clone.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So if it's a spell called clone, it's still the same guy.
But they're two separate
The ori-
beings.
Yeah, but it's the original entity's name we want.
Microphone activated.
The guy who is creating the clones of himself. That's
I
the
love
name
this.
we
This
want.
is great. This is so
That's the
great.
ne-
Want
that's the-
the name of the creator.
We want the original.
Do you want the
Time-
original Time Wizard?
The original Time, the one that
You
we
haven't
fought,
met him
the original.
yet.
We haven't directly met him yet, but we've met
No.
his clones or versions of him that he may have summoned from other timelines.
Yes. That is correct.
So we have met variants of him.
Yes.
Whether or not they have the same name as him, we just want the original one's name, so we could find about, say, any history upon him or his holdings or whatever knowledge there may be about him.
Well, you've heard of his name before, if you remember. He's
Have
an
we?
elf. Yes, you have.
Yeah, he's an elf.
He served the original king of the Elven Empire.
Wait, was he the guy that went to Chaos? He was the leader
Yeah.
that went to. Oh fuck! What was his name again?
people trying to remember.
Randall.
Is that you just
Actually, it's
throwing
an
out
M. Hang on, no, it's this one. That's how it's spelled. The second one.
Samet?
Damn it. Yep.
Samet. What?
That was his name, Samet. That
He
was
didn't
it.
have a last
Nope.
name. Okay.
Nope.
It's a biblical character. Do you really think they have a last name?
True. So okay, we've got a lead on the Time Wizard.
No, we just have to tug on it. Carry them along like a pony.
You're not here.
You're not here.
Also, I'm not talking in the accent.
No.
Even though
Anyway.
clearly your god is here.
In a
One
manner
of them.
speak.
When a man of speaking.
An avatar of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Samet. So we have options and leads.
Threads. If it was the Raven Queen pipes up. Oh, the Raven Queen of puns. It's great.
So, Gozik, like, kind of like holding out his wrist with the mark on, pointing with his thumb or something. What? So the chaos entity gods, I'm not 100% sure who.
Call him Chaos. That's what we call him.
Tim.
Alright, so
Traveler, by the way.
No, and I
So
go
Chaos
Tim
gave me this
at the
mark.
same time.
I guess Tim. I don't know. I don't fucking know. What does this mark fully mean? Does he have like further plans with me after all of this is done, or
No.
Is
what
he
exactly?
seeing? Is he being able to see and hear through him? What?
That too, and am I gonna be? I guess after I die, am I gonna go to hell?
Fate has not decided that yet. And they all
I
look
mean-
to the Raven Queen. She's like, I don't know.
I mean, you don't particularly believe in an afterlife,
Yeah.
so
Gamos. Yeah, basically just like, I don't know. Fate hasn't decided yet. What actions you do, what actions you take, will decide your fate. And Gamos, the traveler turns to you and my son, he's looking like right at you.
Yeah.
just kind of yeah.
Yeah.
What is it, Pop?
What is it?
Look, you're never there,
No,
Dad.
sorry. That was a very I just stumbled on a video of a fucking LA explosion.
You got them damn cigarettes yet?
Fuck's sake.
I know this is our first time officially meeting. But I give you a choice. A deal.
Okay.
You want my power, you have to accept it. And it works what you're used to, works like what the whole demon deal is as well.
And your
Trevor.
terms of the deal are?
My power for your eternal service.
You mean what?
Yeah, eternal service.
This is the traveler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was a tiefling before he ascended. Like deals are part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Out
Halsworth-
of character, what are the
Halsworth
effects
knows-
if I accept this? Is
It's what we discussed, yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Who?
I'm gonna side eye the three that are with me, and the traveler's probably going to be getting a look of, do I really have to answer that question with them here?
Yes. Prove your loyalty and your faith.
Do it.
You know what? Just because I basically just got no balls from Canthier, and I've been no balls by the traveler, and he did technically save my life, I guess. I'll accept his deal.
Oh shit! And Scamos
Yep.
is now. The traveler hops off of his little throne and walks up to you, Scamos, and he puts his arm on your shoulder and he's like, "Then it's done." And yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the name of that spell we're supposed to look for, by the way, we were told about? Now that I'm thinking,
You'll know it when you see it. As you're you ask him, he looks at you. He's like, "You'll know it when you see it."
God damn it, he's fucking sassing me.
Yes, he is. And then you see him. He takes his arm off your shoulder and walks over to Darius. Now, Darius, you have a decision to make as well.
Okay.
Your current following of the church, of your faith, is being called into question.
Well, seeing as there is not one here to represent my faith, I'm assuming that it was Francis that would have been the
Pope Francis.
You mean
That's
Victor?
Right. Victor. God damn it, I said
Victor,
Francis.
yes. Yes. Yes, Victor would be representative of what you currently hold as your faith, Darius. But he has been excommunicated from this council and from our plane.
Who's excommunicated? Interesting. We're gonna note that shit down.
Excommunicated, and he didn't ascend. So there you go.
Yeah, he didn't even.
Because they had a choice. So like, just for your information, well, actually, no, you guys don't know that. I'm gonna save that. No, I'm saving that. So
Continue, please.
no,
Fuck off.
he didn't ascend, and he was excommunicated from basically ever coming here, ever, barred from doing so. I think you need to find possibly a new place to call on for guidance, Darius. And it turns into a game show. No, I'm kidding. It just turns into a game show. And it's like, oh God.
Good God.
Who will your deity be?
Who was that? It's like, oh God.
In that corner, chaos.
And who's that deity? It's
I've
motherfucking Odin.
That's bitch.
And today we'll be
Try worship.
showing you your new deity. Move that bus.
God.
Sorry.
And you will probably be getting visits from multiples in the coming days. But I do offer the same deal I just gave to Scamos if you want.
Do it.
I'm assuming that would be the second one we discussed if I accepted that one.
I mean, possibly.
Do it.
Or I can give Chaos a call and we can go talk to him.
Definitely.
You know,
not the
Darius,
bad
from
one.
my time with talking with him, he doesn't seem like the worst person ever.
Well,
He seems
here's the
pretty
very
chill.
so what you're saying is, yeah, I should go and side with the Chaos God, and then become the antithesis of what we're trying to fight alongside Victor. And literally, next thing, there's now orcs with tanks.
This is like the start of really bad start of Warhammer.
Yes.
God.
Do you want orcs with tanks, Star? Because that's how you get orcs with tanks.
In a grim, dark future,
There is
the
only
18th millennium,
war.
there is only
war.
war.
Anyway. Anyway. Or you could
Anyway.
talk with Mr. Allfather over there, and the traveler points to him, and you two could have a discussion.
Now, obviously, other than really chaos and his own religion,
Mm-hmm.
Darius wouldn't know anything about
No.
any other gods at
No.
all.
Because you were basically brought up in the church, so no.
Yes.
Or you have a third choice. Assume the role that Victor was supposed to have. When you're done.
And become the god of order.
Yeah.
Okay, Jigalag.
Oh,
It's like the reverse of the deal you get in Shivering Isles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because in the Shivering Isles, you become the god of madness, don't you?
Rear's like, oh no.
Oh yes, Aria. Aria tries to make something explode. Next thing, it doesn't. Just Darius being omnipotent in his afterlife. Not happening. I'm keeping my eye on you. You cause too much crap. Aria is basically like is basically chaos incarnate in dwarf form.
Yes.
Explosions. Oh shit. I just thought of something very scary that could possibly be an outcome depending on how we deal with fucking Victor. Oh boy.
You wouldn't be a full god, but you would be an avatar.
Sort of like a demigod then.
Yes. But you would need to be defeated and destroyed. Figure that out. Then that is a possibility. But I leave that to you, Darius. That is your choice.
Oh, Christ.
And unless Cash, you have anything for the Raven Queen to ask, I think this will probably be a good place to end this scene, at least.
Aria just shivered.
Yes. Yes. No. He has not. But you... Yeah, from a vague kill the wizard. Alright. And with that... Yeah, which one? That's the question.
Well, all trying to get the original.
The original. You guys, as the meeting concludes, if you have no further questions, we will send you back.
Well, we're gonna be sent back. I guess I'll ask you guys what adds the chaos entity or chaos. How's your day going?
He's not here.
No, he's asking the rest
Rest
of
of
them.
them.
As
As
the
with-
last question,
as
how's
with
your
that-
day going?
As with that, all father just boom, boom hits his spear, and then you guys are transported back into the room.
Damn.
You just know the traveler's losing it right now after we
The
disappear.
traveler's probably like, shit, I need to adopt him. I'm gonna fizzle back into the
Microphone
world.
activated.
By the way, you've been out for like a day, and Cam, you probably like woke up and nobody is like, you don't know where everybody's at, and it's been really awkward. And you finally open the door, and you see them all like passed out in Scamos's room.
And Orb is in the middle, and it's like, oh fuck.
The wolf's in the middle of the pile.
Damn it.
So I've been waiting nearly all session to do this, but it's a new day, right?
Yes, it is. The
You
belt and
bastard.
kind.
Oh no.
Yes, yes, you little bastard. I had the percentile dice ready.
Roll it.
Roll it.
Roll it.
Completely dropped on. 43.
You don't have a beard because you were in a plane for a day, and it doesn't count. So
I mean, physically, apparently he wasn't.
no.
I am sad. I wanted to wait.
But it's like our bodies were locked in a way
Mhm.
as to keep us protected from the outside and the effects
Well,
of
shit.
magic.
Darius is a lucky bastard, yes.
And you probably come to, and Cam, you could be slapping one of them if you want, trying to wake them up or something.
Don't be fucking slapping me, I
Slap
swear to God.
gods.
Please, there are far better methods to try and wake someone up.
Oh God, no.
That's
no,
why they
not
all
the
have a
fire
bucket
wizard.
of water.
Okay.
So we all wake up soaking wet. Are you in here when we wake up?
Are you, Cam?
I imagine at this point you're all in the infirmary. So yes, unless
you
you
probably
happen to
moved
wake up
to-
during one of the times I'm getting food.
Yeah, you probably all woke up in the infirmary. You're like, this isn't where we were.
What the hell?
Ugh.
How long were we out? That was interesting.
Is Cam in the room with us right now? Would be the question.
Yeah, he's probably like in the corner smoking his pipe or something.
That was weird.
Just seeing all of us wake up simultaneously.
Why are we here? What the fuck?
We were probably out for a while and can probably just hear
well,
the
we've been
touch
moved.
word.
The magic orb, didn't you?
Yes, we were told to. Oh yeah, you weren't there. Fuck.
You were told to.
So we have a big role to play, and
Ugh.
it's long.
What are the
Nicholas.
voices telling you to do now?
Well, seeing as one of them was
Um,
an avatar,
yeah,
I'm
Jim-
assuming, of your god, then you should be worried
Of
about it.
my god, which one?
Yep. It had one head
Silver armor.
and silver
Yeah.
scaling.
Certainly hope they only had one head, because there's only one god I can think of offhand that has multiple, and you do not want to meet her.
Well, after seeing that
Who's that?
altar in the wizard's house,
and
I'm
wait,
assuming-
you said
and you got
silver
freaked out.
scaling?
Yes, silver.
What god has silver?
Bahamut had silver. Is it gold?
Bahamut is the platinum dragon.
That's right, platinum. My bad.
Platinum.
Platinum.
Close to silver,
Platinum.
fuck it.
there you go, platinum. Ugh.
Platinum. Yeah.
That was an interesting, however long we've been out.
Hmm,
Are we wearing our clothes? Or...
Yes. I would hope so.
Unless
Oh, I mean,
Cam
like,
stripped us.
Did he like change us into like hospital gowns? We're in the
Uh,
infirmary. It is a valid question.
I
How
don't
many
know.
drunk
Have you-
people have you had to help change?
Yes, we do. That's true. Cam, that is a good question for Cam.
No, I
should
don't
say
think he
yes.
would have,
Okay.
because this kind of predates that as a thing. I'm pretty sure.
No, actually no.
When did that become a thing?
You were doing it in like the 1500s and shit. They had like they got rid of like what you were wearing because they realized that dirty clothes were bad. So they would put you into like pajamas basically.
What the
So
How long have they been out?
like a day, maybe.
Would not have bothered yet.
Yeah, okay.
Probably
few
because he also
revelations.
knows the cause of unconsciousness.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Few
saw the
it's-
orb, it was pretty fucking obvious. I mean, their hands were
Yeah,
on it
it's
too.
if you stayed out for much longer, or really any longer at all, he would have had to change it. But
Yeah.
So,
I assume
How
you're
long
going
were
to
we out?
shit yourself.
By the way,
Well,
you
unless
are.
I've
Go ahead.
been out long enough for me to grow a full head of hair, as you can obviously see.
hard ass.
We haven't gotten to Ashir yet.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
sure. That they mentioned that was. Well, I guess the whole party's involved, so I might as well mention.
I
mention it.
think
We
it's
talked to some
fair to tell
gods.
him
Oh yeah,
about
yeah.
this.
You already mentioned the platinum dragon. I'm kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
So you
Tezzer, I don't know
talked
who it
to
is.
the gods.
Well, some gods. The
Four.
traveler, the Allfather.
So did you meet your dick of a god then?
Who's that towards?
You.
Microphone muted.
Oh,
We've all
yeah,
met him.
No, he's not allowed there. He's a band. He's like, you know.
We've all met him.
banned.
He's
Yeah.
got permaban.
Your
bro.
god
closed.
is banned from the Council of Gods.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
well-
kind of a dick, as it turns out. When,
We didn't know that already.
well, yeah, he turns out he's more of a dick.
I mean, you have met him, Cam.
See,
I've certainly met his followers.
I mean, you
Him.
interrogated him.
Microphone activated.
I can't say I have.
Victor.
I believe you've completely misunderstood your Bible. You aren't supposed to worship a pope. Worship a
Well-
god through a pope.
Well, from the gods' information that they provided us, he is the entity that is the foundational power of the church.
That
like-
is what being the leader of a church is. Yes.
No,
like
as in,
he's their-
as in, you know how you would, if you made a pact with a god, you gain some powers from a god. Francis is the god in that situation.
Francis.
Victor. Fuck. Francis is so it's easier to say.
Okay, Deadpool.
Where's Francis?
fuck's sake.
Victor is
Kill you with
that
Zamboni.
entity. When he
And you worship him. Why?
it provides power. Well, I've been
Well, I'm
part of
glad
the
you're
church.
finally being honest with yourself about it.
I've been part of the church for a very long time, and all the divine power I wield comes from him.
At least you're the first priest I've met who is.
And it is actually the power of order. And we
I
found
hate to
something
break it
interesting out
to you,
about
but
the
life
Chaos
is-
God.
Well, what? That is really your father?
No, he's Victor's brother.
Can we say sibling rivalry?
What's Cam's reaction to Darius just saying that?
And then the immediate response of, can we say sibling rivalry?
I mean, Cam already thought that both sides were just 2-bit cults, so So you're going to keep giving power to the Victor through your warship so that you can have a smattering of power yourself.
Well, there has been another option put on the table.
A few.
A few other options. One being I take Victor's place. In a way.
Yes, and how do you intend to do that when all your power is at his will?
Simple. Lock him away.
Didn't
And
they
when
say
you
that
have no more
and
power
then-
at that point and you are nothing
and-
more than a
Hold on.
man?
Oh,
And-
out of character.
and-
Didn't they say you have to actually destroy him? Find a way
I
to
have
actually destroy him?
Yes.
What was it? Was it destroy myself or was it destroy Victor? Because
Victor.
they said it was impossible to destroy Victor.
That they know of.
That they know.
We
Okay,
can
we
find a way to
fine.
do that.
Cast it into the fire. Destroy it.
Yes.
He was not forged in the mountain of fucking
I don't know about
Mount
you.
Doom.
Isilda!
When they're Waller,
Yeah.
when they're talking about destroying it and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull the demon dagger I have out and just start idly playing with it like I'm thinking of something.
Demon dagger. Do I recognize this demon dagger?
Of course you recognize the demon
You
dagger. It's the one I
recognize it
pulled
as
out
the
of
weapon that one of the demon
guys
paladins had.
Yeah, it was one
Yeah.
of the paladins had it.
That's
Ah,
one
He
of
took
them.
the weapon
The one I took a while ago.
before we went screaming and running away from the fucking
The Balrog coming
Fail
back trying to eat our shit.
That one.
Yeah, that dagger. That demon dagger.
And I mean there was many. Apparently, I'm about to get many other offers as well.
Do you feel like a particularly popular maiden then?
Fuck off.
I mean, he was acting like it in front of the gods.
Like Darius just take. I'm assuming there's other seats in here. Like he's
Yes,
gotten up and walked
yes.
over to Cam while walking around and stretching. He's taking a seat and he goes fuck off to Cam when he says that.
I'm still chiming in with my line too.
You can be quiet as well.
No.
And let me guess, your little cult. Why are you have that?
Wait, is he asking me why I have that?
Yeah, while he's
Yes.
playing with the dagger.
Because I took it a while ago and it's mine?
I don't believe you know how property laws work, and
I mean,
also
considering we killed the dude that had it, we'll call it rightful inheritance by death?
I mean,
Take what you kill.
I
There you
wouldn't
go.
have taken
Exactly.
it personally.
isn't the.
Loot and
But
kill.
why
kill and
do
loot.
you have that?
Because it was interesting and I wanted to learn more about it?
Much like the orb is interesting.
I'm gonna point at Gozix and go, that was his fault, not mine.
Yeah, blame the stunty for that one.
Blame the one that touched it first and gave me no choice but to take it.
My point
Can I
Microphone
just
muted.
point something
stands.
out that we kind of that Pope Victor is a problem and someone
Pope Victor
of
has always
me
been a
here.
problem. What is your point?
Well, I'm not the one who released him, okay? And he points to Darius.
Do you want to go
You see-
talk to the Chaos God again?
Where's a rear at? I
He
want a
seems
rear
like-
to come in and see the game go turn into blamed areas.
Honestly, I will be honest. They're both kind of nice sounding dudes. Pope Victor's chill, and the Chaos Entity is also chill.
Pope Victor is
I do
chill?
not believe you understand
Well-
the meaning of the word chill in common.
Well, unless you're his
Uh,
enemy, which
Cam's
actually-
gonna like start to the first half of casting Firebolt, flip to a cold damage. This is chill. Pope Victor is not chill.
Microphone activated.
I still alive?
Russian sound. I got a Russian sound technician
There we go.
friend, and then
Hey,
check
we're
one
back.
too.
There we go. There we go. All right.
User
Maybe the
joined
cop-
your channel timed out.
Oh wow.
And we're
Okay.
back.
Is everybody back?
Interesting.
Alright. Alright, continue.
What the fuck did I just say?
You were talking about the whole chill versus non-chill thing, and how Victor wasn't really chill.
Or to
Oh,
quote
yeah.
you specifically,
Cam like starts up the first half of Firebolt, but flip to cold damage, and he goes, "This is chill in common. Victor is not chill."
Vector's a dick.
Yeah. At first, he seemed chill, and now that I think about it, probably not.
I'm gonna stretch, and then I'm gonna start quietly leaving the
By the
room.
way-
Scamos.
By the way, Father Yansky walks by and walks in as you're starting to walk out, Scamos.
Wait,
Okay.
he's still on. He's on the ship.
Yeah, Yansky's
Oh,
on the
God.
ship.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I thought
I'm
we-
just gonna sidle past
No.
him and leave.
You guys on the ship.
I'm gonna sidle past him and leave.
We aren't done
Fuck.
yet, Scamos.
I'm gonna
Fuck
pretend
this
not.
shit,
I'm
I'm
gonna pretend to not hear Cam as I'm leaving.
And he's like,
As he
"Scamos."
tries.
Yeah, Yansky and Rear walk in, and
Oh, no.
Rear... No.
No. Text.
Yep,
Oh,
I'm going.
it's-
I'm leaving. I'm just sneaking out to. Oh God!
Fuck no. Oh,
Put outside the ship that rocks the ship that we. I'm gonna be quietly leaving to go investigate that.
Yeah, and
And if-
Yancey's gonna walk in and be like, "Yeah, I think we need to go investigate that." And
What is- What does Cam say? Since he did tell me we're not done yet, and I'm quietly still trying to leave.
I don't. Hmm.
you don't.
Why is it? There's an explosion outside the ship.
Yes.
Like it went overboard and then it exploded and then the shockwave hit the ship.
Or
Yeah.
one of Varir's, guided projectiles may have
He's-
detonated a little early.
Oh right, yes, he's messing with
field
that
testing
shit.
Things.
Yes, he is.
And what better place to blow something up than in the air away from the ship, right?
So Claude goes running by the med bay, like running away from Arir's workshop, going
Mhm.
towards the stairs. Okay.
Hmm.
Because I'm assuming Arir would be on deck testing this, not in his
No,
workshop.
he's in the engineering bay.
Mhm.
It's
How do you get
testing
it off the ship?
There's a hole.
Yeah, I feel like there's a hole in the ship now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cam is sitting here. I'm just waiting for Cam to cast Hold Person on me or some shit.
Like feeling that. I'm assuming Yansky's still at the door. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get up and just walk out and go, Yansky, as I walk towards the engineering bay.
God. Thank you. General quarters. Yeah, basically.
That's basically the sound Arir is making as he's booking it down the hall.
No,
You mean-
that
you mean
is what the
Claude?
sound the ship is
Claude.
making.
Making, yes. One of the explosions, and now there might be a secondary one here coming.
Well,
Yeah,
I
about
think
to get
that's-
up and start
We are
heading towards
not
the explosion.
done, Scamos. But I'm going to deal with that first.
I think as you guys go chasing off for Rear, it fades to black, and we will call it for today.
Fucking idiot.
you will never catch me alive, Campier.
You're aboard a very small ship with no way off of it for you.
I have invisibility. I will hide in
I
the
have
vents.
very fire.
I will hide in the vents.
I have Asphodel root.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend hiding in the vents above the engineering
I
bay.
have, yeah. Well,
Unless you
I have-
enjoy smoke inhalation.
Yeah, well, I have counterspell, and I will continue to keep hiding myself and moving myself around as I
You
see
can
fit.
counterspell all you want when I can smoke you out
Wait,
with
hold on,
straight
hold
fucking
on.
gas.
Tell me this. Can you counterspell locate object if I'm not near you? So I
However,
could just like go.
however, I will enlist the help of Tazar to dimension door my ass around like a fucking bat out of hell if I have to.
Oh God.
So what is this? Like, Scabbash is like crawling through the fucking vents trying to avoid Cam. Next thing he he bumps into Tazar, who's got like a little cubby set up in there. Like,
Yes.
oh hey,
Hunt
This is
Hazard.
my room. I need to live here for a minute.
And then like Gozik appears like, what are you two doing in here?
Gozik comes crawling through the vents
I'm just
as
gonna
well.
abuse the ever-living shit out
No,
of Tiny Hut.
no, it's gonna be great because they're gonna be crawling and Gozik's just gonna be standing there because he's short enough.
Vents are not that big. Holy shit.
I know.
Maybe if you were a gnome or a halfling.
Yeah, no more halfling or
Yeah.
or a kobold or a goblin, maybe.
I refuse. I will not be
Ash.
interrogated again because I feel like there's going to be a zone of truth used on this one, and that is not a comfortable situation to be in, boys.
Buzz gets banished, yeah.
Especially,
Yeah.
certain deals have been made now, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Do, 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 do.
Will it help me make a guided weapon? I'm sensing a no.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I
say. Is I'll come back after a minute. And I'll just
Depends.
continue going through the vents.
I just gotta remember not to use one of the spells in front of, well,
What did you get? Eldritch
Darius.
Blast.
I will confirm or deny nothing.
He's got Eldritch Blast.
He's got Eldritch Blast.
I will confirm or deny nothing.
Kind of weird. I don't follow any fate. I somehow my subclass gives me Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast!
There might be a reason for that, cause.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that was what I was trying to get through, and then I completely forgot about it for the whole week.
well,
Whoops.
it's too late. It's
Too late.
late. Things have been made for you.
Fuck.
Oh, this is gonna be
Many are you done streaming?
Yeah, stream coming down now.